is Paul Roach, and I'm a commercial artist and comic book illustrator.
Writing and drawing, his mind is space. Acts that feel unmistakable can't escape your face. Miyazaki robbed you, but now we know. Can you do it better? Silently they show.
I was in the back jamming to that. What's going on, everyone? Damn, what is going on? Welcome, everyone, to the Ominus show, the show that talks about comics, gay stuff, pop culture stuff. I am your host. My name is Elliot Rodriguez, and you can see my name right here. And I am a comic book artist. I'm a gay artist. I draw a lot of cool shit for Comicsgate, and you guys are going to see soon, no? And I'm reporting to you live from Lima, Peru, in South America. Please don't forget always that this show is now and forever sponsored by our good folks at
K2 Mod do say nigga Inca Cola, yeah, Cola, yeah, Inca Cola, yeah, K2 Mod baby, Inca Cola, yeah, Inca Cola, yeah, Inca Cola, vamos.
My name is Paul Roach, and I'm a commercial artist and comic book illustrator.
Writing and drawing, his mind is space. Acts that feel unmistakable can't escape your face. Miyazaki robbed you, but now we know. Can you do it better? Silently they show.
Paul Revolt. I love that song, man. I don't know why Paul didn't like that. No, Paul Revolt. Hey, Paul Revolt. Oh man. And right here, your head, the Saki robbed you. Fucking A. But yeah, welcome everyone. Hopefully, if we can achieve our goal for today, that we can dive into that whole Paul Revolt situation. Because I'm going to explain the thing to you guys. My show for today was not scheduled around Paul. I had no idea what happened, what's going to happen. I had originally planned to have my guest come on and talk about his comic, talk about some other stuff that's happening, but this thing just popped off, and so I feel the need to talk about it. But I guess we can postpone that a little bit to the second half of the show, to the second hour. So that's going to be our goal. That's going to be our goal for today. Crap. Oh man. Yeah, so for today, I would like to try to find my Ko-Fi link. I lost my Ko-Fi link. I don't know where this stuff is at now. Crap. Shit. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, so for today, the goal for today, guys, would be to hit $20, and for $20, I'll go over the hour, and probably a lot longer than that if you guys deem it worthy. And if we do that, then we'll be able to to dive into this whole Paul Revolt situation, because it is interesting. People are wondering, like, what the heck set him off? And I know exactly what set him off. But I'll explain all that in the second half of the show. No, and I got the news flash, the hot off the presses information as to what set Paul off. So here is the link. Please, guys, your patronage is always needed. It's always appreciated, and it's always highly valued. So $20 is the goal for today. I'll put this right here on the banner. $20 is the goal for today. So if we hit the $20, we'll go over an hour, and I'll dive deeply into the whole Paul Revere stuff. Open up the panel, get some people in here also to give us their comments and concerns, or just anything that they have to say about that situation, about anything in general. No, because yeah, I don't want to dedicate another show to this. I don't want to. I just have a few things that I want to say, get that off my chest, and then move on. And yeah. So let's say hi to the people in the chat. Wonderful people in the chat. We got Ben. Ben from Base Art Department. What's going on, Ben? Always a pleasure to see you. He says, "Hail, Elliot," in chat. The whole Paul Revere thing is a little mind-boggling. Yeah, tell me about it. He walked away to do his own thing. That's fine. But then lobbing grenades at CG for no real reason, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't need it. We got Dennis in the chat also. Paul Revere. Hey. I think if we hit that 20, I'll play that video again. Hopefully my channel doesn't get struck by Paul. Paul the Roach. We got Scribe in the chat. What's going on, Scribe? Early and manly, yeah. Dennis saying early and manly, yeah. Paul the douche. O'Reilly in it. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Hey guys, please let me know in the chat if you can hear me clearly. I have no idea what's going on with my microphone. Like, I don't know how to properly set it up. Like, I see people always bashing Vito and Frog Tony for doing that whole is my audio okay? I sincerely worry about that because I hear myself perfectly fine. I say what I want to say, and I'm enjoying what I'm saying, and I'm doing my thing. But then I play the video back. I play the live stream back, on replay, and I hear muffled. Like, I hear like I got something over my mouth. I have no idea what's going on, and so I don't know how to fix the microphone. So hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. Please let me know in the chat if you guys can, or if you hear me muffled or something like that. Then I don't know what's going on. But yeah, Scribe's got a good ear for that. Last time I asked him, and he said, "No, you sound a little low," and I was like, "Is it?" And then I checked it back, and yeah, effectively, it sounded really low. Cole is in the chat. What's up, Cole? Cole is in the chat, and Cole is also in the back. Just give me a second. I'll bring him on. Catches intro in CG, and he goes and fooks off. Yeah, I have no. I first heard that, I was like, this is a catchy ass tune. Like, I don't know why is he going to complain about that. And that, my friends, was my first indicator. Like, there's something wrong with this guy. Like, if you can't take a joke, he's like, no, I don't want to play the song. It's too offensive. If you can't take a joke about that stuff, then geez, I mean, come on, we are the entertainment. You guys poke fun of everybody on the panel. Poke fun of me. Poke fun of my guest. I'll poke fun of my guest. He'll poke fun of me. It's gonna be okay. It's just there's no reason to get bent out of shape for it. But Paul's cover for Patrick Quinlan was awesome. I would have loved to see him on interiors for his own book, but when I saw him talking with Edwin, I kind of figured it would go this way. Yeah. Apréndete la letra. He's learning the lyrics. Hey. Scat. What's happening, big dog? That's the only way I read that. What's up, Will? What's going on? Good to see you, man. I guess Pizza Medi went into hiding. Yeah, update on the alternative situation. Pete said, I don't know if I can bring that up, but the last thing that I read was Pete was gonna just take a few days off, just hang out, relax. I think that's a great move. He has to regroup. So when he comes back, he's gonna come back full force. I have no doubt. And if he comes back, also maybe he doesn't come back, and so I respect that also. Man, it's gonna suck if he doesn't. But yeah, there's nothing apart from that. There's no updates on the campaign or whether Blood Moon is still. Well, I'm sorry, Blood Moon has halted. There's no production on Blood Moon, so there's no news as to what's going to happen next. So, but yeah, I have no idea. So what's up, Subspace? I think this is your first time here. Thanks for stopping by. People in the chat also, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate it, Ben. Man, you're always. Yeah, I'm gonna get you back. There's a link to tip. We got BA. What's up, BA? I need if the door is always open. The red carpet is always thrown out at your feet, man. Whenever you want to just come on, just let me know. I'll throw you the link. the BA, for example, he put out an image, I think, for just like a teaser image. It looked great. It's some Joe Ball art. I like the mysteriousness to it, and so I'm ready for him to come back and then let us know what's going on with his book, Vigilante's Creed. So good stuff, man. So still no update on Turner. Who else is in the chat? My brother's in the chat. What's going on? Diego's in the chat. Say hello to my brothers in the chat. Diego Martin. He's actually my real brother. It's not like Dennis. Everybody claims he's my brother. He's not. And then Matthew's in the chat. Matthew Roomba, the guy who's doing the whole fan for the Fans Fest con. He's in there. Who else? Clipperverse is in here. What's up, man? Paul has no whimsy. Yeah, man, that was my first giveaway. Shane said that it was a don't vote thing, but no, that you got to take a joke. But yeah, so I'm sorry about that. Sorry about the. Jeez, sorry about the. I asked my. I'm sorry. It's just my whole situation. Let me. I'm gonna share this just one time, and then share the link out one more time. And please consider giving a tip. Tipping the host. Remember, if we hit $20, then we will be able to extend the show for another hour. If we don't, then no worries. I'll cut the show short. And then yeah, because I'm currently working on page 11 of my book, but I'll get into that in a minute. So yeah, please consider sending a tip my way, the hostess way, and and this is the other thing we're going to look at. Just 1 second for my guess. Just 1 second. This is the campaign that we're going to look at today. It says lanzamiento en breve, which means that it's going to launch soon, but it hasn't launched yet. And we're going to take a look at some of this awesome art. And welcome my guest. So without any further ado, wait, hold on. I want to put the link in the chat, and the mods, if you guys can help me out, throwing the link in the chat. The idea for today is to get people to sign up for the campaign. That's the idea. Sign up for the campaign. Right now we have 117 people that have signed up, some followers to the campaign. Let's hit 120. Let's hit 130. Please click on that link and sign up. And yeah. So that'll be our goal. Get some signups going. Also, hopefully hit that $20 tip. And then yeah, man, let's just enjoy the show. So without any further ado, please welcome to the stage let me bring this down. Welcome to the stage, my esteemed guest, Kohl King.
Hey. Clap one more time. You're not coming to my birthday. Who did that? Giggity.
Hey, how's it going, brother? Ooh, I can't hear you.
No.
If
you can't hear, if you can't wait, check. Oh, 1 second.
I can hear you through my computer speakers, but not through my headphones.
Okay, so in that case, if you can hear me, check your settings.
What?
Check your settings. Yeah, more than likely it's your settings. So there's a button at the bottom. It's got it's got the cog. Click on it and check it and see. Make sure that the input is your headphones, and then make sure it's the correct headphones.
No, I just have camera and audio. Audio has mic. Nothing about my headphones though.
Hold on. Yeah, there should be a mic, and there should be, because one thing is a mic, that's the intake, and then the other one is a speaker. Below that, below that, and that's where you're hearing it from. Do you see that?
No, I just have a microphone. That's it.
Crazy. Maybe it's not plugged in correctly.
Here, yeah, give me a second.
Yeah. So that is my guest for today, guys. So we're going to be talking about Elliot, artist, IT support. Yeah, I'm trying my best to help out. We can hear both of you. Yeah, but apparently Cole can't hear me, so it'll be important for him to hear me during the show, because otherwise that would suck. Speaking of Alterna, I remember you from the chat there. Yeah. Cole was an avid follower member of the chat with Alterna. I would love to hear what he has to say about that whole situation also, because Pete and Alterna, they have their own like every show, like every channel, every show, they got their group of people that always tune in, and he was always on there. And I could do blood. No, I'm not gonna do no do the Crip walk. Oh yeah, speaking of Crips, I'm gonna get into this. I wanted to share this. Speaking of Crips, no, never mind. Let me just share this while Cole is getting.
All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, can you hear me?
Yep. Sorry, I had to change the settings on my monitor. I apologize, everybody.
Sweet. You can hear me clearly now. Everything's okay?
Yep. Sound wonderful.
Awesome. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Not much. Yeah, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on. I woke up a little bit late, so I'm a little frazzled, but I'm here. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. No problem. Awesome. And what is your whole opinion and whole take on this whole the Pizza Medi thing in Alterna?
Oh man, I like all those guys, all three of those guys involved. I'm really big fans of. I mean, I don't really know much about it other than what everyone else knows. I've worked with all those guys. I've never really asked about it. I just kind of tell them I'm praying for them and hope they're all okay. But I don't know. I don't think any of them are bad dudes. I just think it was a bad deal that didn't work out. So I don't know. I don't really have too many more opinions on it. I don't want to speak out of turn because, again, I have a lot of respect for all three of those guys.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah, we all do. I also, because he's Pete's channel has been like a cornerstone for indie comics. He has had countless people on the show, giving feedback, listening to their pitches, all kinds of things. And I was on the show a bunch of times, and he's giving me great feedback. And it just sucks that he's in this kind of situation where he can't. Well, this happened but yeah, the majority of us here, we all wish him well. We wish him the best. Hopefully, he can regroup and then come back stronger. I don't think anything. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't like seeing. One thing I didn't like is, obviously Pete was down, and I think some people use that as an opportunity to sort of dig into him a little bit. I didn't like that. I don't think that's particularly fair or I don't know. It's kind of cowardly. If you have an issue with somebody and you just wait till they're already wounded to go after them, I think that kind of sucks. Yeah. And Pete's been extremely helpful to me. When I first decided I wanted to make a comic book, I reached out to him. He, helped me with the script. And one thing I really respect about Pete that I think a lot of other people might have issues with is he doesn't really sugarcoat things. He's there to make your book and make your art better. And I think some people just can't handle that kind of feedback. So he's been extremely helpful to me. He's lettering Empty Stars right now. He's doing a fantastic job, and I'm learning a lot just from kind of watching him work.
Heck yeah. I've seen the lettering on King Crypt and all the books that he's worked on. He does great work. Great work. And so what motivated you, Cole, to do this, to do Empty Stars, to get this off the ground?
Well, Empty Stars specifically, I don't know if you know too much, but my first book I was going to do is a book called Galahad, and it's this big ongoing series. And I spent the last couple of years sort of seeing how people operate in the indies, particularly with crowdfunding, and I kind of got tired of these like number one issues of these big ongoing series, because most of the time they're just all set up and there's really not a lot of meat or story to them. So I thought, instead of starting with Galahad, start with a one to just kind of get my feet wet with crowdfunding, making sure I can handle it, and building that trust, letting people know that I can make a good book but also run a good campaign. But two, just to put this kind of book out there. It's cheesy, but you make write the books you want to read. And just at that time I was like, man, I really want to read more one shots, more just self-contained stories. So you back Empty Stars, you get the whole story. There's no to be continued or next time on or anything like that. And I want to see more of that in crowdfunding. So that's what I'm going to start with.
Nice. Yeah, it's a damn shame those assholes who do those book one and then continue it with book two.
Well,
I say that
yeah,
because I'm doing it.
no, I don't want to throw. Everybody's doing their own thing. I just, like I said, I wanted to be a little bit different. That's all.
You know, and actually, I applaud you because that's actually a great thing to do. I mean, I've because as a creator, you think big, you want big things for yourself, um, and then yeah, I took a look at Ominus, and this is like an idea that I had forever, but I'm working on it now. I'm looking at all the work that I have to do, and I was like, crap, I should have done something a little bit more a smaller type of thing, not something so grand scale, because this is going to take me a long ass time to finish. But yeah, I'm already in it, so I'm just gonna just chug on along through it. And but yeah, because I have an idea also for like some smaller 22-page issues that I think would be better for me, even because I'll be able to get the art done quicker. But yeah, I didn't do my, or like, I mean, I know the like, the idea of crowdfunding, but I think that just with my workload and my speed, I think it would have been better for me to go to do something smaller in scale. So yeah, I agree with that. Awesome stuff, man. And so once this is done, you're going to jump into your Galahad book. Is that correct?
No, so I have 5 one-shots that I want to do first before I jump into Galahad, because like you said, Galahad is a really big story. I have the first 6 issues written, and I have the first 19 outlined, and they're 48 pages each. So that's once I start that, there's not going to be time for much else. So the plan is for 5 one-shots. I might do more, I might do less, but it just kind of depends on how things go.
Nice. Are you going to have the same creative team from this book also, or?
No, actually, ideally, it'll be a different team every time. I really,
nice.
Kind of want to spread the love in the indies and work with as many different artists as possible. And one, I just think that'll be more fun. But 2, also kind of figure out different artists, their speed, what they work best with, what they don't do best, what they don't do so well, and that way when I start, Galahad, I'll kind of know more about what I can expect. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. But...
No, yeah, definitely, because yeah, it's like a casting, like like you're casting actors, for your movie, and so yeah, that's great, yeah.
And it helps too with the way online, with the way everything is online too. It helps make sure that when I pick an artist for like a big ongoing series, it's I already know I trust them. I already know they're not like a psycho or something like that. Like if anyone was currently doing an ongoing series with Paul Roach right now, I'd feel really bad for him. So
I feel really bad for Patrick Quillen, because he's got on his campaign, he's lucked out with 2 creators, Paul Ravoche, who did this whole situation thing with CG, and then also a Knife School before that. So it's like so hopefully it doesn't happen with anybody else on Patrick's campaign.
I don't know. Maybe it's his fault. We'll see. We'll see. If Peter Gilmore starts, posting weird memes and stuff, then we'll know it's Patrick's fault.
Heck yeah.
Real quick, Saboteur is in the comments. Saboteur Comics.
Saboteur.
I just read Tommy's Meat Market. That's one of the like best comics I've ever read that I've gotten from crowdfunding. Is like the art's great, the writing's great, the binding was great. So just fantastic job on your book. The only issue is I can't really recommend it because it's really dark, and it's not something I think I could recommend to people, like normal, not normal, recommend to like normies and stuff. So I'll say it. Sorry, just wanted to say that I saw him in the thing. I meant to message him too, and I just forgot. But yeah, Tommy's was a fantastic book. So
that's what it's called, Tommy's?
It's Tommy's Meat Market. I think that's the name of the book. Sorry, I read a ton of comics, so sometimes they blend together. But I'm fairly certain that's the title, and it's really dark. It's like I don't know. I don't even know what to compare it to, but there's some, like, if I showed a couple of pages right now, you'd probably get demonetized within a few seconds. So,
oh crap! How are we supposed to promote that?
Yeah, that's where I'm stuck. So that's why I'm just gonna tell him now. Like, that book's awesome, and it's I'm along for the ride for the series, but if I don't talk about it as much, it's just because I don't know if
Nice.
other people could handle that stuff. Sorry, that's
It's just Tommy's.
way off topic.
Nice. Yeah, no problem. It's okay. No worries about deviating. It's okay. Sleeping Psychopathy's in the chat. What's going on, Sleeping? Shadowhawks is in the chat. Shadowhawks is also showing off this. Hold on. Hail all this Saturday. Hold on. Hail all this Saturday auction to benefit my GoFundMe at 11 a.m., 2 p.m. on Apex Comics YouTube channel from 4 to 7. Omer Glitch, also art from an incredible group of artists. Is that still going? I thought it was just one. I thought the auction was just 1 week. It's every week. If you can tell me that, Shadowhawk in the chat, because I threw up art for that camp for the auction, and I don't know if Don used it. I didn't see that anybody used it. But yeah, I have 2 pieces that are still there. If you want to use them, if anybody wants to bid on them, that money will go straight to our good friend Shadowhawk. So yeah, and yeah. So going back to what you were saying, Cole. Yeah. I think it's a great idea. For example, for Ominus, also I did like a test run with 4 different colorists before I landed on the one that I got now, the one that I'm working with now. And yeah, it's not just like the actual final work that was the deciding factor. No, like speed, the turnaround speed, how quick or how flexible they are with changes and touch-ups, and just things that I know that I'm going to have to deal with throughout the campaign. So throughout the creation of the comics. So what you're doing with different artist teams, I think it's a great idea. So you'll be able to size up and know exactly how long everyone takes, and their strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, because it's all nice. It's all good and nice when you see the images on X, but then when you actually start working with people behind the scenes, like, hey, I need this page. When are you going to give me this page? And then, it becomes different. Also, so I respect that. I appreciate that. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and I just too, it's just about finding like good matchups, like personality wise and workflow wise too. Because I'm not the easiest person to work with, and I'm pretty blunt about stuff, and some artists don't like that so much. So I will say so far I haven't worked with an artist that's gotten bent out of shape about anything. I'm a little nervous because Christian's he's an amazing artist, but I didn't really know much about him personally. Super good dude, absolutely open to like changes or feedback and stuff like that. So.
Awesome.
Hoping everybody's like that.
Heck yeah, man. So yeah, that's awesome stuff. So right now you're looking for signups. You're not launching yet. When are you planning on launching?
I'm not sure. I just recently added something else to the campaign that's gonna take a little bit to finish, but I do want everything to be finished before we launch, at least close to everything. So there's a supplemental book that's going to be offered with the campaign that I'd like to get finished first. And then I'm still working on my collector's box, which is proving to be more difficult than I thought. So I want to have that all worked out first. So, as soon as I can, but I'm definitely not wanting to rush into anything. I just want to make sure. I said the whole point of doing this is to show people that I can run a really good campaign. So I just want to make sure all my ducks are in a row before I do that. And then I'm also considering some different ideas for marketing, and I want to give myself enough time to do that as well.
Nice. And just out of curiosity, why Kickstarter? Why not Fund My Comic, Indiegogo? Why? Out of curiosity.
Well, Indiegogo, because I'm just not. When GameFound bought Indiegogo, I kind of knew because I have experience with GameFound, and it's all negative and bad. So I just assumed Indiegogo was kind of going to go more that route. And I just didn't want to mess with it, honestly. And I think Kickstarter looks the most real. It looks the most professional. So, I'm trying to cast a wide net. And, people who've never backed anything or they're not familiar with crowdfunding, if you line up those 3 sites, Fund My Comic, Indiegogo, and Kickstarter, I think Kickstarter stands above as far as just overall presentation and user interface. And, I know some people have issues with Kickstarter, but at the end of the day, I have to do what I think is going to be best for me and my books, and just decided to go that route. And I've been using Kickstarter for a really long time myself, so
nice.
I'm more familiar
just
with
for
it.
Backing also.
Yeah. Mostly board games and comics, but I've been
nice.
using it for years and years. I didn't really start using Indiegogo until I started seeing like what Comicsgate was doing and stuff like that. Because I didn't even really know about Comicsgate when I got back into comics and decided I wanted to make my own. I didn't know anything about it, so I actually found out about Ripaverse before I found out about Comicsgate. So,
And how what's been your appraisal of CG? What do you think of CG?
oh, I love Comicsgate. I do. I know. I really I like the whole meaning of it. A place for canceled creators to go to where they can still work and still support their families. I've I've been it's a little personal, but I've been canceled like pretty hard in my life, so I understand what that's like to lose out on like your educational opportunities or to lose a business. Like I spent nearly 10 years and tens of thousands of dollars building a business, and it was literally sabotaged from the inside by people that like pretended to be my friends, and they secretly hated me because I'm you know don't line up with them politically or socially. So I see Comicsgate as a place for people like that. So I really appreciate it. I love it. I don't have any issues with it. I didn't want to come out and say like, "Oh, hey, I'm Comicsgate, support my book," because I think every time we see somebody do that, it kind of blows up, and then they end up being one of these people who just say awful things about Comicsgate. Again, Paul Revoche, as an example, showed up to bash somebody else and to join Comicsgate, but then when he didn't get enough, he kind of did what he did. I just don't want to be like that. I would rather be, I don't know, I'd rather be invited than show up, hungry, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, that's yeah, don't yeah. I think that's a good idea. Just lay low, play it, just get in with it, hang out with everybody, and then yeah, you don't need to wave the flag like that. No, because yeah, people that are that are the most loyal, they are the most they're usually the first ones to stab you in the back. So
yeah, man, because when I decide to do something, especially when there's like financials involved, I always try to see who's doing it the best, and then I really study and pay close attention. So I've been kind of watching and studying crowdfunding and Comicsgate for years, and so many people just show up like with their hands open, expecting to just take and take and take, and then when it's their turn to give, they turn into again, what we've seen so many times from different creators. Usually it's because they just think they're a lot more important than they really are.
That is very true. That is very, very true. Very, very true. Yeah, we see that over and over and over again, and it's something that's never going to stop. I want people in the chat just realize that this is not something that's like, oh, okay, we finally uncovered who Paul really is, and this is going to stop now because we've seen it. No, this is going to continue happening, and it's fascinating also because it happens from indie creators that are looking to become names in the scene, and it's happening also from professionals that think that they can just come in here. They hey, I got canceled. Where's my money? And people are just going to be receptive to that. No, and that's not how it works. So from the smaller creators, we have to fight to prove our worth. And then the big creators, the professionals, they got to come here and also like earn the trust and the love from the community. It's not just something that's there automatically, So, and it's going to always happen because people see the success. People come in here and they want, they have their agendas, their hidden agendas, and people are going to want something in return. And that's going to always happen. So we're going to always see things. We're always going to have Pauls. We're always going to have people like Richard and Bree. You're going to have a bunch of people like this that come and go, relying on false hopes of false illusions of grandeur. No, they're not. There's a lot of uphill battling and fighting that we have to do that people just don't want to do. So yeah. Cole, out of curiosity, just side thing. Your last name is King. You're Kohl King. Kohl King is your name. Like that's.
Yep, that's my real name.
That's a kick-ass name, man. I like that.
Thank you. I didn't like it so much when I was younger because every year of school, all my teachers would call me Old King Cole and make me sing it, and I'm not a big fan of that. But
nice.
I think I don't know. I wear it proudly. I'm a big fan.
Nice, King Cole, Kohl King. Yeah, what's going on? And we got Will in the chat also. He's a new creator
Will,
who recently declared himself, or I don't know, I just recently just started hanging out with people in CG, and he's a self-professed genius. So he's trying to hit us with this genius. I read his tweet. We'll take a look at that later on, but yeah, he says I felt compelled to come out and wave the flag after reading Paul's diatribe. Yeah. Paul's crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like getting harder and harder to stay like quiet and neutral when you see all these people just treat, members of CG like absolute garbage. Like, Paul Ravoche going on his crazy tirade, but then like, I like some of the memes he's making and some of the things they're saying are really personal and awful. And then like leaking, when Ethan told him about his like bank accounts, like doing that's awful. And those are the kind of things I hate. So I'm getting more and more comfortable, being pretty open about how I feel about things when people are doing stuff so disgusting.
Yeah, definitely. I hear that, and just an open, just a free advice for people, just anybody listening. When you're in this space, just imagine that everything you do, even if it's in the DM, just imagine that everything is out in the public. Don't comment anything in chats or anything that you don't think is going to come to light, because that stuff is gonna come out. It's gonna come out, or at least imagine that it is. So then that way you know how to just conduct yourself when you're in chats, when you're commenting, on X and stuff like that. Like for example, if one day if Ethan one day decides to show his DMs with me, that's gonna be funny. Because I'm like, Ethan, can I do this? Nothing. Ethan, okay, can I use this art? Nothing. Hey, Ethan, let me get on nothing. I hope that doesn't. Well, if it does, it's whatever. No, but
well, I think it helps.
Like, every time he reveals DMs, I keep thinking, damn man, it's gonna reveal my shit, and it's gonna be so humiliating. But it's all right. It's all good. Yeah.
Well, I think I don't know. I feel like people should just be who they are all the time. And if you're the real person you are in public, and that's the same person that's in private, you don't really have anything to worry about. So
that's true.
I think that's the issue, is that people are just two-faced and double-minded, and they're trying to be Weasley and stuff. So I'm not in, like, I don't message anybody. I'm not in any back rooms. If I do message somebody, it's about work. I don't really talk to a lot of people, and I don't really want to. I don't really have the time to, but like I said, more advice for creators: just be genuine and be who you are all the time. Like if you're a jerk, just be a jerk all the time, and people will be more okay with that than if you're pretending to be nice and they find out you're a jerk in the back rooms.
And that's exactly what I appreciate about Ethan, John, and Shane, because what you see on screen is what you get. Like, I mean, they make those jokes, they talk about the things they talk about, and they don't hide behind it. They're open with you, like, this is who I am. No, so it's one thing. And Paul, for example, is complete. We saw, like, from the emails that we're going to show later today, that he's one way on the show, and then he's a completely different person, like in the private, in the emails that he sent out and other things. It's like, why are people like that? You have to be authentic. And yeah, Ben, he's got similar DMs. Eat that. Yeah, eat that. Eat that. Come on, Ethan. I said Ethan links and he doesn't say shit, but it's all good. I completely get it. I completely understand, because he doesn't need to send me anything.
Well, I can't imagine how many DMs he gets from just like complete psychos too. So I don't blame him.
Yeah, and then sometimes he gets like messages from people that come off sincere, come off nice, and then they stab him in the back. So yeah, I'd be completely wary of all that stuff too, man. Did you by any chance, Cole, see this trailer for Godzilla minus zero? I haven't seen.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen the first one or the new one that came out. I don't watch a ton of movies lately. I have not. I want to. I love Godzilla, but I don't really like. If I'm not working my day job, I'm spending time with family, and then once they go to bed, I'm working on my stuff. So I don't watch a lot. I'm like way behind on movies, TV shows. I just watched Child's Play. That was the last movie I watched, the original Chucky movie, and that was to like actually study for something I'm writing. So it was kind of work-ish.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I can't remember the last time I sat down and watched something like just to do it. So
Nice. I'm gonna play this clip for you, Cole.
Yes.
Hold on.
You spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good. Because a man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man.
I like that. Yeah.
Damn right. Let's take a look at this trailer. Yeah, I saw Godzilla -1. I highly recommend it. If you're a Godzilla fan, I highly recommend it. It's great. I consider myself a Godzilla fan. I'm not like a hardcore Godzilla, like some, because there's some monsters that I had no idea existed. There was one that I found out a while back. Like, I know Rodan, I know Ghidorah, I know Mothra, but there's some other like that I have no idea that were there. No, Mecha Godzilla and stuff like that. No, but yeah, this is great, and this is the trailer for the second one. So let's take a look at this and see what's up. Godzilla, yeah, buddy. Look at that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Go back. There it is, man. Yeah, I'll dig it. I'm gonna watch that. Are you guys gonna watch that? You gonna watch that, Cole? Well, I don't.
Yeah,
watch the
I'll
first one
try.
personally.
And when I get to watch, if I have time to watch movies, I guess it just depends on if my kids go to bed on time or not. So,
Yeah.
I would love to. I think the first one's streaming right now. So, and I have I think I own all the old ones up until the like 2000s one with Matthew Broderick. I can't remember that well. So I'm a huge fan, but just never get around to stuff. But that looks sweet. That's him walking by the Statue of Liberty is pretty chilling. I like that.
Heck yeah, man! I'm gonna catch it. Yeah, it looks great. I dig it, and I think a Japanese studio is behind this one. I think if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
No,
I
I
think that's
believe
great.
so.
I think it should be. It's not.
No, I said yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a Japanese film. This one and the one before it, the -1, like they're actually Japanese films.
Heck yeah. Nice. So yeah, I haven't seen that, so I'm glad I saw that. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah, I like that. I know somebody on X was just talking about watching Cloverfield, and that was one of my favorite movies when I was younger, and just reminded me of the Statue of Liberty. Kind of reminded me of that.
Nice. Heck yeah. Then I got this. I'm taking a look at my bookmarks because I bookmark all kinds of stuff that I see. And I had no idea about this stuff either. This is something Flash related, Yellow Trash related. This, I had no idea this was a thing. Shout out to Brian. This looks exactly like the character from the Mighty Golden in the Shower Patriot thing, and this is supposedly a masked common rider Odin. Looks just like him. Look at that.
Yeah, I definitely see the likeness.
Jeez. That struck me crazily because
I know. I won't lie. That looks pretty cool. So
Shower Ranger. Yeah, I like the black and gold, like that. But I mean, there's what I'm pointing at is that there's no creativity from Yellow Flash. He's like he completely swiped another existing character, like, and then it's crazy stuff. Hold on.
well, not I don't know much about Yellow Flash other than I don't particularly care to listen to him, but that
Other than
type
he
of character,
sucks.
like those Power Ranger type characters, it's kind of really hard to do those originally. Like as
Yeah.
far as the costumes go, because there's just so much you can do, and feel like anything that's been good in that regard has been done already. So not defending him, but I think that's a genre that's really
yeah.
easy to swipe from.
It's been tapped
Because-
out.
Yeah, you do a black undercolor, black or white, and then you do a main color, and then they have the helmet and the shin guards and stuff. I don't know. It just all kind of looks the same to me, and that's coming from I was a big Power Rangers fan when I was younger.
Yeah, me too. I used to watch that show every day right before I went to school. It had came on at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock in the morning. that was my ritual. I go to my friend's house and watch the episode of Power Rangers, and then go to school. Talk about Power Rangers all the way back, all the way to school. Yeah. So this is Yellow Trash's character, and it's just like the other guy. I had no idea there was that masked common writer thing. I don't know about what's that manga? But that caught my attention. I was
Kamen
like,
Rider's like an old TV show.
A TV show?
Yeah, Kamen Rider. I don't quote me on that. I think it started as a
Kamen
TV
Rider.
show a long time ago.
Nice. Comments in the chat. I'm listening. The dedication to your work is disgusting, Cole.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, cool. What movie was that clip from? What clip? I don't know.
Oh, The Godfather?
He says, okay, cool. So what is that? Oh, yeah, that was The Godfather. Yeah, he
The
knows his
Godfather.
stuff. And then Matthew says, them's fighting words. If there's two things about CG, it's freedom, creative, great art, and Godzilla is some bitch.
Again, I like Godzilla. I was diehard. I remember getting into a fight when I was a kid because somebody said King Kong was better. And like those were, I mean, that's just as good a reason to fight as any when I was younger. So,
Oh, yeah.
but when you get old and you get kids, I'd rather hang out with my kids than watch Godzilla.
Like, yeah. And
We
then
used to
Justin
watch
in
Power
the chat, what's
Rangers
going on,
together.
Justin? With your children?
Yeah, well, I used to watch Power Rangers with my
Oh,
son,
that's
but then he
fun.
started like hitting me with stuff and doing kick flips and stuff. I was like, all right, we got it. Hold on a second. You can't be
It's
beating me
more
up.
for time, Dad. And then Justin's in the chat. What's going on? Justin says, Godzilla, you did it. You finally did it. You blew it up. Damn you. Damn you all. Oh, man. Either Yellow Flash or Dilla did that. Kamen Rider is great. It came before Sentai.
Yeah,
I don't know what Sentai is, but
I think that's the genre. Like Super Sentai is like the genre of that. Like
that like the genre that spawned Power Rangers.
Yeah, I think that's what you'd call the genre Super Sentai. Maybe
Go,
maybe
go,
Will
go.
in the chat can correct me, but it's like Power Rangers, and I mean obviously Power Rangers is the biggest one, but Kamen Rider. There's a new comic series called Radiant Black that started out really good, and it was kind of like that. It was like a Super Sentai type story.
Nice. Super Sentai. And this is also something that I have in my bookmarks, and I was wondering like why do I have this? And then I realized just now why I have this here. Hold on. This is something related to a Lasmat and what's this guy's name? PTP.
Yeah.
And PTP, it was crazy because a few weeks ago we got this whole Lasmat documentary coming out that Paul used as as a source for all of his attacks, and and like right alongside, like right when that came out, like a few days later, PTP announces that he's launching this whole Book of Enoch thing, which is a story that's not canon. I don't think any Christian Bible has that. I know Catholics we don't have that in our Bible, but I'm not sure about maybe. I don't think it's not in any other Bible, but regardless, like I saw this, and it's always the case. Like you bash someone with the idea that drama is going to help you get sales,
Mhm.
and I have no idea why I got this in here, but then I took a look at Vincenzo's crap. I took a look at Vincenzo's quote. Vincenzo is another he's a Ripper, what is it, a Ripper critic? He says, spoiler alert, Enoch runs the sex dungeon. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's weird. I
Heck
feel
yeah.
like there was like a YouTuber conference or something where they had a presentation on you should make Christian content because that's what's selling now. Because I feel like we're seeing a lot of it from these YouTubers or these people who really vile people, or at least people who have done and said really vile things, and now they're making Christian-based content, which I find I find to be a little offensive. So, which is unfortunate because Sergio is an amazing artist. I think he's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
But
And it's like the perfect content. I mean, it's the perfect kind of content you could put out there, because if anybody criticizes it, then they're Satanists.
Yep, absolutely. And I
It's
remember
bulletproof.
I remember watching a stream where PTP said that he didn't like that Comicsgate had become a Christian movement, and that was a big issue with him because so now he's making Christian books. I hope he's found the Lord. I hope that's great. I hope that's the start of a whole new life for him, but I don't think it is. I think, like I said, I think they're all in back rooms talking about this Christian content. I think it's weird.
Heck yeah. Awesome stuff. And also would like to tell people that I recently saw the Michael Jackson movie, and apparently I can obviously say that Cole didn't see it because he doesn't have much time, but I watched it over the weekend. And I can see where critics are divided with the people, and because my biggest critique from that movie is that it's not an actual story, in my opinion. Like, there's no like central theme or premise that guides the movie along. I feel like it's just like a movie that has a bunch of important moments in Michael's life that are just like put together as a movie. Like, there's references to many things in there, but they by themselves carry no weight to the story if you've never known about Michael Jackson. So like, for example, from the beginning, there's a relationship that he has with Quincy Jones, and Quincy is a tremendous talent, a legendary musician, and there's no like he's and when one moment of the movie he's not there, then he's there. And then there's like no like, how do we meet him? What is the significance of this guy? And things like that. And I think that's where like the big critique, from my opinion at least, comes from. But if you're a Michael Jackson fan like I am, then you're gonna love the movie. I love the movie. I like it. It's very entertaining. The guy Jafar at the beginning didn't look exactly like him, but as the movie progressed, there were moments with him where I couldn't tell him apart from Michael. Like, he looked really just like him, and it was impressive. So I recommend people check it out, and yeah, Cole, I recommend that for you also, because if you have the chance, check it out. There's nothing bad in it. It's a wholesome movie. Also, there's nothing. I mean, they don't allude to any of the allegations or anything like that. No, so it's being said that that's going to get touched on in the second movie, but this first movie, I think it was great. Are you a fan of Michael Cole?
Kind of lukewarm on me, I guess. His music's pretty good. Some songs I like. I won't change it if he comes on, but I don't like actively seek out to listen to him. So more of an MF Doom fan myself.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it was my favorite Michael Jackson song is always going to be This Time Around, because he got Biggie on that song. I'm a big Biggie fan.
Oh, nice.
And here you go, man. And then I saw this video, because now the crazy thing also is now that that the movie is out and then it's everywhere. Now I'm seeing a bunch of people come up with stories and tell all kinds of stories on YouTube. Yeah, Michael did this, Michael did that, Michael was doing, and some of it's like, I heard a story that Michael beat up Tupac, and from what I've never heard anything like that coming up, so I don't know. I don't believe that, but yeah. So there's all kinds of things being put out there, just to take advantage of the whole Michael vibe going on. Yeah, blame it on the boogie. Yeah,
just to get those like engagement clicks to like people just say something that's just absolutely false with no facts whatsoever, and it's just so that they can get engagement, so they can get money.
Heck yeah. And then here's and this is I saw this clip that I thought was interesting. Listen to this about Michael being a Crip. Let's see what this.
The way you make me feel
Yes,
video,
absolutely.
working with Mr. Jackson.
Please give it to me.
Quick story.
Yes.
I remember signing the NDA, and I'm breaking it now.
We break that.
I said, Mr. Jackson, they said I can't get a picture with you. And he said, oh, don't worry about them. And he put his hand around me, and we took all kind of selfies. And we didn't have cell phones.
Yeah.
I had a real camera. Some of those pictures never hit the internet.
Oh, wow.
Also, the classic picture of me in the Crip shot with Mike throwing up the sea.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about that right now. My boy Snoop, who is also a cool person that I know, and he invited me to his studio, and I enjoy his work and he enjoys mine, said that Mike was a Crip. And I said, okay, maybe he was. And then DJ Quick last week on the podcast said he believes that Mike was also a Crip. Well, I have the story, the real story. Mike was an honorary Crip because Mike threw up that seat when all the real gangbangers and Crips were in the circle. People magazine they were on their best behavior. Some of these were bona fide killers I was with, you know.
And they respected
they not only respect, they were so nice. There were some really good people. The energy was really nice, but they were all taking the picture. And then Mike threw up the C. Mike started it. No one told Mike to throw that C up. And that's when everybody, including my bitch ass, threw up the C in the back. Like, yeah. And all of us were looking at each other like, yeah, Mike is rapping. That's the story.
We got
Mike,
the C story.
Mike. Yeah, you got the C story.
Yeah.
Mike threw it up first, and we was all like, whoa.
Yeah.
Crazy
That's
stuff.
pretty funny. I like that.
Yeah, so that's for you guys to listen to it. I don't know if you guys believe that or not, but that's we're getting stories like that coming left and right on the interwebs. And people alleging that they know stuff about Mike no one has ever heard of. So so yeah, good crazy stuff.
Yeah,
And
a lot of people saying a lot of nasty things about him, but I mean, he's also dead, right? So
yeah,
I don't know if I would. I don't know. There's plenty of pedophiles who are alive that we should do something about. I don't know if that's unpopular to say or not, but
heck yeah. Yeah, Masters after Book of Enoch was supposedly removed from the Bible. It makes sense because Syracuse does the Illustrated Bible. Oh, interesting.
what
Nice.
was the goal on that campaign? I think it's still live, but wasn't it like insanely high?
Yeah, I think I heard it was 60,000. Let's take a look at it. The
That's
Book of
wild. I
Enoch.
can't imagine PTP thinking that's like an actual achievable goal.
Yeah, that guy's delusional. I'm assuming he's going to ride off the coattails of Sergio. No, I'm assuming that's where he thinks he's going to get that money from.
Yeah, but unless he's putting in like, I don't know, like 10 grand into actual marketing, I can't imagine it hitting its goal. So I don't know. I mean, he's crowdfunded a lot. You think he would know how to do it better? Sorry if that might be mean to say, but
Heck yeah. But he's got goals like that also for his toys. So yeah, I have no idea. Let's take a look. And yeah, I got this Ko-Fi tip from Ben. He says, "Okay, chat, it's up to you guys to pony up the other half." So I'm asking for $20, and Ben, thank you very much, man. He put up 10 of that of those 20. So I'm gonna need you guys, if you guys would like, we can extend the show another hour. I need 10 more bucks. So please consider throwing in the tip. And let's take a look at the Book of Enoch. Let's take a look at the Book of Enoch. What the heck is this thing? Yeah, I tried changing this layout thing because everything's in Spanish. Can I change it? It's super confusing. Espanol, English. Espanol. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so $60,000. He's got 49 backers.
that's wild.
$2,000
I mean,
bucks.
that's like big mainstream companies that use Kickstarter like have that goal sometimes, but not usually. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
The story is written and adapted by Patrick Thomas Parnell, creator of Johnny Fans has the founder of Riot Press. And Patrick brings the lifelong passion for mythology, history, and the visual storytelling to his project. To this project, shaping an ancient text into a dramatic graphic narrative that represents the original material while making it accessible and engaging for modern readers. Blah.
Ooh, that word "modern" readers not into that.
Yeah. Are the angels going to be gay? I don't get it. What's
angels?
What's modern reader? Oh man, Sergio hardcover edition auction. The Patrick Thomas Parnell Perfect Bound edition. Perfect Bound softcover graphic novel features a bold cover illustrated by Patrick Thomas Parnell, writer of the book and founder. Oh, nice. So you can get your pick, guys. You can get Sergio's artwork or you can get PTP's artwork. Oh man, that's a head scratcher right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm fairly certain Sergio draws all his own stuff and has a PTP. Like he's open about he's using AI and all that stuff. I mean,
that would be like the whole great cover, horrible interior gimmick thing, but in reverse. Now you're gonna have a horrible cover with great interiors. Oh, he's thinking ahead.
like what Will said makes sense. They're using Christian stories because AI is already familiar with those stories. I don't know if Sergio would use AI. I don't want to accuse him of that. I really don't think so. But PTB does. I think he's open about it. A lot of these guys are open about using AI because it's easier, and they're not. It doesn't seem like they're here for the art or the storytelling. They're here to make easy money. So I don't know.
And then we always have the always controversial Art of Roy. He was a pedophile, full stop. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm not gonna talk about Mike. Yeah, Michael Jackson. Yeah, there's. I'm not gonna defend any celebrity. So yeah, that could be a possibility also. What's your proof, Roy? Because
who knows? Because like I feel like if there was a big group of pedophiles in the music industry, and somebody was trying to stop them and keep kids safe, that group would just label that person a pedophile, right? So I don't know. I don't know either way. Again, he's dead, so let's worry about. I mean, there's a whole island of pedophiles that people have the names of, so let's worry about those.
That's also true. Yeah, he says he also lost his nose. He had one of those silicone fake noses with the magnets to hold it in place.
Ooh, I gotta get one of those.
So full of shit. Yeah, Art of Roy. Yeah, he doesn't like hip hop either, man. I don't know why he doesn't like hip hop, Roy.
I like Art of Roy.
And Roy says that he was there from the beginning of hip hop. So I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off, Cole.
No, I was just saying. I really like Art of Roy. I always chuckle because he's so just blunt and right to the point with his some of his comments. I love it.
I love Roy. What's up, Roy? Roy, I would like to have you on stream. You already told me no, I don't stream with you guys. I'll come on an auction stream and that's it. Okay, sorry, Roy. I'm not cool enough for Roy. He says knew a network camera guy doing a golf event on the islands that walked into the hotel halfway for ice, only to see Jackson with no nose, just a hole. Oh, hee. Moved to the States. Another example of shooting one's own foot. Yeah. Ben also says he. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I didn't just like we talked about earlier, like somebody who comes into CG and they kind of have the golden ticket, right? Like he had all the support of everybody, and then he just tanks it for no who knows why, his own pride and ego, I guess. But that just happens over and over.
Yeah, well, incredibly subversive. He wanted to be the head of CG without earning that kind of position. But
that stuff's weird. I don't know all about but that's just weird. Like I want to be. I don't know. Like it's not a mafia. It's a bunch of dudes online who are making comics. Like it's weird.
Yes, and we all know if anybody in CG's a self-respecting CG, we know 7 of 9 is the actual leader of Comicsgate. No one else. So there's that. And then Ben says Art of Roy, he was a pedo He was a pedo with a heart of gold. He was America's pedo.
Jeez.
Fucking bit. Oh man, it's just a pedo. Jeremy, what's up, Jeremy? Or just a pedo? Because the AI was already familiar with the story. That's an interesting theory. Also, I want a fake nose too.
Yeah, right.
Roy is the bastion of truth with sunny demeanor. Heck yeah. I full-heartedly agree on that. Oh, I am on gold. Yeah, 7 and 9 is a real. Yeah, that's right, 100%. 7 and 9 is real lead. I don't know what. Yeah,
I think he's the only one that can do a standing backflip. So I think he just wins. He's just the leader, right? That's how we. That's how you decide who leads people in comic books. It's who can do a standing backflip.
Heck yeah, and any self-respecting CGer would know that. Yeah. All right, let's and this is the last thing I think I'm going to share before we get into the Paul stuff. And I think everybody's going to enjoy this. I think maybe the one person who might not enjoy this is Roy in the chat, but I think everybody else would enjoy this. You think Roy's going to say something negative about this?
If he feels something negative, yeah, I think so.
Just this image. What do you guys think? Does that not bring warm feelings back to you? Do you remember that cover, Cole?
I don't.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Were you not reading comics back then?
No. So this is going to sound like a cop-out, but I mean, I read comics a lot when I was little, but for various reasons, I actually don't have a lot of memories. I remember being 2 to 3, and then a bunch of fuzzy haziness, and then I'm 17 or 18. I don't have a lot of memories in between then for various reasons. Nice. So I know I read comic books. I remember having this big box of Spider-Man and Batman comics. That's kind of what I stuck to. But then
nice.
After that, I just remember being in high school reading edgy stuff like Watchmen or Mystery Play, stuff like that.
Oh, interesting. Nice, crazy. Yeah, we got people in the chat there. Remember, Dennis remembers. Will remembers. It says, "Who is that guy in the front right with the blue and yellow?" I don't know, something about Pulverine, Schmolverine.
That's Hugh Jackman, right?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman-arine. He says, did that end with the Amalgam universe? Yeah, no, that's correct. This is the if I'm not mistaken, this was the cover that set off that whole DC versus Marvel thing that led into the Amalgam comic thing. I remember this cover. This was all over Wizard and all over the comic stands back in the day. It was great. And Marvel versus DC, you don't see stuff like that anymore. And Wolverine, Lobo, Captain Batman, Wonder Woman, and Storm. It's difficult to find the equivalent of Wonder Woman in the Marvel universe. Who would you think that would be? Do you think Storm is good for that? Wolverine.
Yeah, I see why not. I can't think of one who's more iconic as far as one more recognizable, I'd say. At least nowadays. Back then I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I would say Jean Grey, maybe Scarlet Witch. I don't know. Yeah, that's a difficult, right? Yeah, and then Superboy and Spider-Man. We got Robin and Jubilee. You got Namor and Aquaman, Flash and Quicksilver. You got 90s Thor. Look at that 90s Thor with his armor, his pouches galore. Shazam. And then Hulk and Superman. That price, $395.
That's steep.
Heck yeah. $550 for Paul in Canada.
Yeah.
$550 for Paul. Yeah, good stuff, man. All right, now let's get into it. Let's get into some trouble. I'm gonna get into some trouble. Are you okay with that, Cole? You have no qualms about the stuff we're going to look at with this whole Paul stuff?
No, right? Not at all. If I'm uncomfortable or I don't want to comment on something, I would just say, hey, I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to comment on that or something like that. I'm not. But
okay.
I think Paul sucks, and I think what he did sucks. And he blocked me, but before he started his little tirade and stuff, so I was a little confused.
Yeah.
Because I was a big fan of his. I was a very vocal supporter of his. Had a few engagements with him that were always really positive. So
I have actually one of his artwork as one of the thumbnails on my show. When I had Patrick Quillen on, I used his cover as my thumbnail. So
that's a great cover. I like it, and
yeah.
I don't want to trash his art because I really like his art. I think his art is really good. It's really different than what you normally see nowadays, and I liked his art. That's why I was such a big fan.
Nice.
What is that?
And I'm sorry, there's two more things I wanted to share. I just saw two more things that I wanted to share, but this is one of them. This is a meme from this is Planet of Muses never deleting this app. We got this retard finder post this picture and says, "This is the black trans disabled model from the Met Gala. Is this how women dress?" And then Ricky Berwick says, "Smash 2 times."
That's an actual person. I just saw like a video that quick, and I thought it was like an animatronic.
Oh man,
I didn't know that was a real
that's
person.
hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm not. I don't want to. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to give any opinions. Go ahead.
No, I said I don't mean that to be offensive. I legitimately didn't. I thought that was like a joke.
Yeah. No, I saw that person come out on the stage at the Met Gala, and then later I saw another quote or another video of this person saying that the white man has kept the model industry from progressing with more black people, more people in wheelchairs type thing. And I was like, I don't know how any of that makes sense, because as far as I know, I don't think that the white man is the head of the fashion world. No, I think that would be like the last place. Like,
well, as a white man, I will apologize for keeping black trans disabled people out of the fashion industry. More of them. I'm down. Bring them on.
Man, I saw that was hilarious. The Ricky Berwick comment. He will smash that thing twice.
He's wild, man.
That's the kind of attitude I think you should have. And I think people should all be like Ricky. I like Ricky. And I saw this. This is the last thing. Okay, I promise, guys. This is the last thing I'm going to show you guys. I thought this was hilarious. This is an exchange, a text message exchange from a boss at a company texting his employee whose name is Alex. Let's take a look at this, and then we'll cut the funny business, and then we get into it.
Excuse me.
No problem at all. It says, "I need you to work on Saturday." Can everybody read that? It says question mark. "I know it's your day off, but the store is going to be busy." Can you guys see that? Let me know if you guys can see that. Let's play it. You have the wrong number. Alex, I know it's you. I'm not in the mood for games. See you Saturday. Who is Alex? I want to put this full screen. I am not telling you. Sign up for Empty Stars.
Hey, thank you.
Send me a selfie. Excuse me? It's escalating. I'm 14 years old. Wait a second. Wait, that's not what happened. Is this what you do for fun? Fucking A. This is the reading portion of the show, Dennis. Or would you like me to read it? I don't know. Yeah, Cole, you can be the girl. Says, no, I thought you were someone else. A different 14-year-old boy? No, my employee Alex. He is 22 years old. He's a cashier at my toy store. You own a toy store? That's the perfect job for a kid stalker. Do you lure them into your store? What? No. I'm sending our convo to the cops. No, please, no. I promise I'm telling the truth. My name is Jerry Rollins. I am married with a family. I am not a stalker.
I feel like you should just stop replying at this point.
Yeah. I don't know why it keeps going. That's exactly what a stalker would say. Please, you have to believe me. Okay, I won't call the cops. But if you text me again, I'm going to tell my dad. I'm going to tell my dad about you. Thank you. Oh, man. I will never text you again. That's what it says at the end. And then this is another person, and it says, yo, Alex. Yo, what's up? Hey, did Jerry text you to work on Saturday? Nope. What? That's not fair. He's making me work on Saturday. That's like my only day off. That sucks. I'm sorry. By the way, you can delete my number. Oh, man. Yeah, hold on. What does that say? It says, didn't you just get a new one? Yeah. Lol. It says, you're so weird. Have fun working on Saturday. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Wait, where we go? Where do we go? Crap. Here we go. And he wanted me to read it. Oh, my bad for the dead air. I thought you guys could read that. I'm sorry about that. It says, you can be the girl, a goth 14-year-old. Screw that. I'm not a girl. I'm a man. I'm a manly man.
Yeah, part of me wants to say that that's really fake, but then also I've worked retail before, and that's exactly how your boss texts you about covering shifts.
Oh, nice.
So, no, it's
out of
nice.
nowhere.
Oh yeah, like, hey, we're gonna be busy Saturday, and that's it. Like, not, hey, can you work, or hey, can you come in and help out? It's like, hey, we're gonna be busy, and they just expect you to come in.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, so let's see. Let's get into this whole Paul Ravoche crap. And let's get channel struck. He says, "Do you have plans to?" Yeah. Just a second. Cole, I'm gonna leave you this question, and I'll be right back. I have a little emergency that I have. No, there's too much Inca Cola. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But the
you
question
gotta get
is,
a
do you
bucket
have
under your
plans?
desk, man. That's what I do.
I need to. Yeah, why go to the bathroom? No, yeah. He says, do you have plans to expand Empty Stars beyond the one shot? Sorry if you mentioned this before. No, we haven't. So just one second. I'll leave you the floor, Cole.
Oh, thank you. So, no, as far as a comic book, no, Empty Stars is like fully self-contained, and the original plan with Empty Stars was to offer it with a tabletop role-playing game, like a one-shot, and because of just how big it got, I decided to table that and do it kind of on its own. So Empty Stars, the next rendition of Empty Stars will be a one-shot tabletop role-playing game where you play as, one of these 4 heroes, or you can make your own. Like I said, it's gotten really big. So as far as a comic goes, no, it's just a one and done story. I think if I ever, like, this one's called Empty Stars, The Void King and the Hollow Queen. If I ever did another Empty Stars, it would be a totally different story, just kind of the same feeling, like a weird sci-fi grimdark type story. I'd call it Empty Stars something else, maybe. I don't know. I've kicked around that idea, but for right now, it's just this one comic book. And then after this, I'm just moving on to my next one shot, which is more of like a dramatic horror comic book. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the chat. I can't really see it too well. My camera's blocking the chat, so I can't see it.
You gotta keep going, man. Keep talking about it. I'm just kidding. So what was the answer? Like, you're gonna
what's that?
What was the answer to the question? Like, so you're going to keep it contained to just one issue, or are you going to?
Yeah, so this will just be like Empty Stars. It's called the Void King and the Hollow Queen. That's just this one self-contained story. I am working on a tabletop role-playing game based on Empty Stars. It's like a dungeon crawl, and you basically play through the comic, but there's going to be a lot more to it just to make it more random and more exciting to like sit down and play. And I was originally going to do them together, but the tabletop game just got way too big, and I started having some health issues at the time, so I had to cut out a lot of projects, and that was sadly one of them. But that'll come hopefully next year. Me and Gage, a buddy of mine who we're working on it together. We're going to start working on it again this summer. But Empty Stars, this book is by itself. I just mentioned that if I do another like weird sort of sci-fi grimdark, like, you know, Twilight Zone type, I don't know. I might call it Empty Stars with a different subtitle, just for I don't know, just for like anthology sake, I guess. I don't know. So I don't want to rule that out. But this story, these characters, this is like the one and done for them. And it was written that way on purpose, essentially. I was reading some Denny O'Neil. I'm a big Denny O'Neil fan, and he had mentioned that one of the best things you can do in comics is when you start a scene, you start it as late as possible. And I don't know why I just found that to be so profound, because it kind of went against my normal writing style, which is for like tabletop games or for like theater. So
what do you mean writing as late as possible? What does that mean?
Yeah, so in comics, just his idea, his theory or style or whatever, just when you start a scene, don't start at the very beginning. Like, don't start with the people walking into the room. Start when it gets exciting, and just go as late as you can, just to keep things flowing nice and moving nice. And that advice had really helped me a lot, kind of wrap my head around how to write specifically for comic books. So with Empty Stars, I started thinking like, well, what if I started a whole story as late as possible? So that's why Empty Stars it's the very last day, the last few hours of this big intergalactic war that's been spanning years and years and years. So that's kind of where the idea came from. So it's written to be just like a one and done, the very end type thing.
Are you going to focus on flashbacks to like set up like where there might be like, you know, like loopholes, like why did this happen? Who's that guy? Why is that important? Are you going to do like flashbacks?
No, so it starts. The first 4 pages are sort of the setup. It just tells you like, hey, here's the bad guy, here's why, here's the heroes, here's why, and then we just get going. I wanted to keep exposition down as much as possible, and like I said, I just wanted to create an awesome sort of action comic. Kind of like, I don't know, you think of like a popcorn movie. Maybe this would be like a popcorn comic. It's just fun action weirdness. And then I am working on a supplemental book, which that does have character backstory, some history of things that have gone on. So, because I've had a lot of people tell me they'd be more interested in that. So you'll be able to get that if you want it, but you won't need it by any means.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that idea. No, start the scene as late as possible. I wish I had heard about that sooner. Oh, I mean, it's not too late because there's one scene that I'm drawing that's not like that, and but I understand like how that could be helpful. That's interesting concept. I shall.
He has a book. It's how to write comics. It was for DC. That Denny O'Neil did. Really good book. I know some people are like down on reading books about writing, which is fine, but I was stuck in a hotel for a month, and I was just trying to learn everything I could about comics and stuff, and that was one of the books I read, and it was very, like I said, very impactful for me. Yeah,
I love reading. I like, before I did this whole comic thing, I used to read a lot. But then I started drawing, and I just had to put all my reading to the side. And so when I started tuning into this whole writing aspect of comics, for example, I read comics and I understand that this is a medium that works with images and text. So if you want to impact the reader on a specific scene or create a specific mood, the text has to complement the image and vice versa. So if your image is fast paced and your text is just boring and bland and dull, that panel is going to not work at all. So you have to put the right words with the right image. And so I'm thinking to myself like, okay, I can pretty much understand how the art aspect of it. Like I got to draw this thing, leave some. No, but what about the writing? And so I ventured out to look into the whole writing thing, and I read one book because also like my time is precious, and I had to like find which book would be the best book to read, and I kept asking around, and then I found one book that I finished reading, and it was completely helpful for like the 3-act structure and all these other things that we have to consider. And then also another book that kept on popping up was Stephen King's On Writing, and it's just to help you with writing in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I've started that book, but I haven't finished it. But yeah, I do believe that writing is super important. Now that I think about it, we actually got into like a pretty interesting exchange back there about that whole topic of what is more important, art or writing. And
yeah, I think I don't know, I feel like every 6 months, like internet, like comics, Twitter just goes full anti-writer and talks about how useless they are. And I just have fun with it. And that's why I like you, because I don't know. I like to be sarcastic and bust balls and stuff online, and you didn't get too upset, and I appreciate that. But it makes me so sad because they really should work together. So if there's somebody who's working on a book and they're like, oh, I don't care about writing, I only care about the art, I'm not buying their book, and vice versa. Because if you think about like another thing that really helped me was, I think it was Mike Barron talked about how important page turns are, and that's not something I even considered when I first started writing. Yeah. But you should always have a reason to turn the page. Super and if you think about it, most people are going to look at the art first and then read the words. I just assume that's how most people are going to read books. I'm sure there's people who do it backwards. But so on the page turn, you're reading the text, but that text is leading into the art on the next page or the next panel. So like they really have to work together, or it's just not gonna be good. I've read books with phenomenal art and the writing's just awful, and I don't keep up with those series.
Heck yeah. Yeah, definitely. And yeah. What's up, Marcus? Killer Goose in the chat says I do comic work for tabletop games, Mythic Americas. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
There's a lot of projects that blend, the book with the game. Like Chris Fisk's Infinital Chronicles comes to mind. Yeah, Art of Times of Jay Ryan. What's up, man? Good to see you in the chat. It says Juan and Dunn. Oh man.
My first like public project that I did before I got into making comics was a podcast, and it was an actual play, which is where we sit down and play a tabletop role-playing game, and we recorded it, and then I re-edited it to be like a radio drama. Like I cut out, the back chatter and stuff like that. So it was like a dramatic radio play, and man, it was so much fun, but it was an insane amount of work, and I had to cut it out.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work. All right, so let's dive into it. Let's look at this whole Paul Roach thing. Now I'm going to give this to you guys from my perspective, because now I'm going to tell you straight up. People are. I heard Ethan mention this on Kings, I think, the other day. No, not King. It wasn't Ethan. I think it was Shane that mentioned it, asking the question like, "What set Paul off? Like, why did Paul all of a sudden like do this heel turn?" And I'm actually going to step forward and I'm going to take the full blame for that. Because before my interaction with, unless someone out there can prove me otherwise, but before my interaction with Paul, he was not as open about it as he is right now. And so, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So Paul, as you know, he's a professional comic book artist. He's a great artist. I dig his art. He's a great artist. And yeah, he came into CG. He was the one that knocked on CG's door, say, "Hey, Ethan, I'm in dire need. I have a lot of problems. How can you help me out?" Ethan rolled out the red carpet like he does, and he brought him on immediately on the Kings, immediately into the art auctions, and then Paul, in my opinion, took advantage of that, for his benefit, which is something that we all do. I'm not criticizing that, because we all come on here, trying to, if there's something that Ethan can help you out with, I don't think anybody here would say no. So he jumped on the shows. He sold his artwork. People bought it. He was having I would assume a great time. And then all of a sudden he just stopped showing up. People asked about it, like, "Hey, where's Paul?" Or did anybody ask about him? And then one thing that I heard back then was that Paul didn't like his intro, the Revolt song that I played earlier. And so I was like, why would that? in my head. No, why would that tee him off? And that was my first red flag on that guy, because as I said earlier, we should all be able to laugh at ourselves. And so yeah, anyway, so then that happened, and then he left, he stopped showing up on Kings, and he was silent. And then all of a sudden we had this exchange that just busted open the door on how he really feels about Comicsgate. And yeah, and so let me read this, and I'll tell you what how I saw this. No, and so Paul here, he's quote tweeting a Lasmat, because the Lasmat's commenting about his old documentary that he did, and Paul says, yes, this is what a true professional and businessman who is serious does. Focus diligently on delivering products, serving customers, expanding, avoiding dead end, mudslinging, etc. Compare that to the obvious bad results of a certain someone group who spends years hate streaming, deflecting, targeted supposed enemies, shamelessly gambling with backers' money, and much more. If you openly attach yourself to such a poisoned brand or group, thinking you'll easily reap the always dangled upside vapor benefits in its wake, be aware that you'll also get the downside negatives too, unavoidably attached to you. It doesn't matter if regarding those numbers, it doesn't matter if regarding those numerous, obvious, and glaring downsides such as non-delivery, erosion of buyer trust, association with criminals, no? You try to play dodge them with customers by retreating, switching to a stance of it's only a loose association, bro. Those things have nothing to do with little old me. So blah, 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 blah. And so I saw that and I was like, and this was not the first time I see Paul make vague posts like this. No, because here in this whole thing, he talks about a certain individual, a certain group. He labels them, a poison brand, people that gamble with backers' money, blah, 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 blah. And he doesn't ever say the name. And so I personally hate that. Like, I hate when people throw out these vague tweets. It's the one thing that Eric July always does. Because we're over here bickering back and forth with Paul, with PTP, with the Lasmat. And then Eric July is doing this number, just kicking back, watching all this shit unfold. And then he's supposedly clean of it as if he had nothing to do with it, which we all know is a bunch of crap because he incites it, with all these vague posts. And that's just something that July does. And this idiot does. It's something that SJWs do. No, they throw things out. Last week, for example, I showed you guys a post from Dennis Camp, and he put this thing in there that says "missed again." He doesn't talk specifically about anybody. He just leads people on to believe it's a certain topic, and then and then when we say, "Hey, stop talking about this," or "Stop talking about Trump," or "Stop talking about Comicsgate," or "Stop talking about Ethan," they clean their hands and say, "No, I never said Ethan. I never said Comicsgate. That's you in your mind." Blah blah blah. I hate that shit. No, so I saw Paul doing this shit. Yeah,
that's like a YouTuber thing for sure. I mean, it's definitely an SJW tactic to like try to get all tough and then cower back. But YouTubers do that a lot, and I think you see it more from people who aren't their real selves online. You see people who go by fake names, or people who use avatars and stuff. And it's just a weird, cowardly tactic. And never noticed it before, but Paul doesn't go by his real name online. It's Rocket Fiction, right? So
yeah,
I don't think I think he's always been a little cowardly. So he doesn't want to call anyone out because he doesn't want to get called out himself.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah. Mean girl BS. I didn't do nothing. Why are people attacking me? And then they play the victim like, yeah, they're attacking me. Blah, blah, blah. No, for F you, because you know exactly what you're saying. And so really simple. I said, who are you talking about, Paul? Like, no, be upfront. Like, who are you talking about? And I can't see my comment. This idiot blocked me. I can't see my comment. And then from that, hold on.
Well, he blocked me before all this started because I saw this post and I was going to do the same thing. I was going to comment, just be like, "Hey, man, what's going on? Are you okay?" And I saw that he had blocked me, and I was trying to figure out exactly when it happened. And I'm almost positive he blocked me after the like cover art competition or whatever when Ethan brought up my book on his stream, which is like insane. That's insane to me. That's like guilt by association garbage that, again, these SJW people do. It's disgusting.
Hell yeah.
So I was like
horrible.
gobsmacked. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. And and then he responds and says here, who does it remind you of, Elliot? No, so he's trying to like lead me to think of what, like, what we're talking about, but we just don't say it, like some Voldemort type shit. Like no, I have an idea, but I want you to say it. No, say it. Be upfront about it. Don't be a bitch. Say what, if you have a problem with this person or this group or whatever, say it. No, so
and why they do that is to catch you, because if you're like, hey, are you talking about Ethan? They'll be like, oh, I didn't mention Ethan. You must think that Ethan does all these bad things. It's like a way to sow distrust. It's evil.
Hell yeah. And then he comments on Nicholas. Nicholas comments at him and he says, I'm not starting any fire. If it's me you're referring to, I'm reporting on a fire. Comicsgate, he finally mentions it here, sets itself on fire by idiotically supporting a blah, 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 blah. And then I come back at him and it says, you do understand that, because this is also the issue. Everybody says Comicsgate is this, Comicsgate is that, Comicsgate is this, but people always forget that Comicsgate is not just Ethan, John, and Shane. They are obviously the big three of CG, but there's other creators out there. So if you have any quarrels or beefs with Ethan, John, or Shane, then take it up with them, but don't just smack the crap out of all of us and just say, hey, this is a CG problem, because it's not. No, it doesn't always apply to us. And so I tell them, no, you do understand that several people consider themselves part of Comicsgate and that not all of Comicsgate has participated in the crimes you point out. Like in my case, I've never ignored customers, nor have I unfulfilled any campaigns I've launched. I've only launched one, and I thankfully to CG and the people out there, I was able to launch it, fund it, and fulfill it. And so that whole CG doesn't put out books. It doesn't, it doesn't correspond to me in that case, no. And then also I said, no, I don't think you would say that Patrick Quillen, for example, has participated in slandering others or ignoring customers either. No, it's unfair to paint everyone with a broad brush and then throw us all in the same sack. If you got problems with anyone in particular, be bold about it and say their names. No, point them out. This passive aggressive vague post shit gets you nowhere. No, and then he comes back at it, and then we get into this whole back and forth. This is first, I need no orders from you. Second, I'm doing just fine.
What a cringy, what a just cringy thing to say. I need no orders from you. That's just a pathetic, cowardly thing to say. It's so I saw that and I cringed. And that line right there, I'm like, okay, Paul's gone. He's full. Yeah. He's full SJW now. Hey,
Hell yeah. And he says, I don't need a stupid, tarnished group to succeed. Oh man. And then third, I'm talking mostly about the CG brand. Yes, obviously some people have delivered and good for them, but the same people, you included, clearly still tacitly support the brand and the leaders. Those leaders aren't leading you or other beginners anywhere good. Where CG's hatchet book group deal and blah blah blah. Now here is where it stops, because right when I was about to respond to this guy blocks me, and that's just another just stupid thing. Like if we're gonna have this conversation, then let me speak. No, don't muzzle me. Let me talk. And so after that, I was like, man, well, I'm not just gonna leave it like that. I got to at least say my piece, and then and then whatever after that, no. And after that, I posted this. Let's check this out. So if anybody's curious, what set Paul off? I'm gonna be bold enough to say that I did. I set that fool off, and unless somebody proves me otherwise, then I'm obviously willing to hear what you guys have to say. And then I write this because there was a bunch of things that I wanted to say that I didn't get a chance to, and I wrote Paul Ravoche, the ingrate and the coward. Ingrate because he was ungrateful for all the support that CG gave him, and coward because he blocked me without letting me, and he didn't let me continue on with my he didn't let me respond. And so I put Paul threw this last comment at me right before he blocked me, so I'm going to respond here since I can't tag him. he says he's doing fine, that he doesn't need a tarnished group to succeed. Yet he wasn't saying that at all. When this said tarnished group welcomed him in, gave him gigs, and bought his art. Gave him gigs, Patrick Quinlan gave him a gig. Bought his art. There's many people in the art auctions that bought his wonderfully illustrated backgrounds with no characters, no logos, just just an image.
And that's
Like
cool stuff. Like that's
of a desert.
It was kind of cool to see someone come into the group who had that kind of like history and that kind of expertise to offer. And I feel like everybody appreciated that. At least that's how I saw it.
Okay, yeah, he's got some great stuff, man. Yeah, he's a great artist too. And yeah, so he claims CG's leaders are leading us anywhere, and to that I say that they don't have to lead us anywhere. No, they do more than enough for us by simply helping us create our books and helping us sell our books. Now, having this network where we can learn from professionals and make books in an unforgiving social environment that cancels creators for their political beliefs is more than anyone can ask for. Many, and I speak for myself also because many of us are conservative, right wing. I'm a Catholic and all this other stuff, and I'm pretty sure that I am not going to be accepted in today's DC art line. Whether or not if I have the skill or not, like if I did or didn't, they wouldn't put me there anyways. So where do I go? Where do I go to create my comics? CG is my house. So CG is my home, and so that in itself is all I can ask for. I can't ask for anything else other than that. And then Paul then says that I can't take the label for its positive without also taking in its negatives. And he doesn't seem to realize that the negative attitudes that he claims we have is not exclusive to CG. Slandering, harassing, attacking, and all this other crap crimes are everywhere among everyone. And I point to his own actions. Him being an a-hole. To his own post for evidence of that. He attacks a group of people that have welcomed him in, given him gigs, and bought his art, all for some personal problem that he may have with Ethan or someone else. So who would want to associate with someone who attacks people that have helped him at one point? It says a lot about him. He says stand on your own, but he should take his own advice, and he should have thought about that before jumping on Ethan's show to sell his art. Ungrateful coward. Ungrateful coward. And yeah, so I mean, I also put out another post because I don't just say it, because you have to have evidence of what you're saying to make it stick. This whole late campaign thing it's not exclusive to CG. CG is not the only one that has a late campaign. No, if you take a look at other people that don't associate with Comicsgate, you got Dan Fraga. Where's my Black Flag book at? You got Shelby Robertson. A fan favorite creator, people that love him a lot. He's an excellent inker, excellent artist. I backed Rage Tality, which is one of the first books I backed in CG way back in 2021, 22, 2021, 20. I still haven't gotten that book. I put out a book before that book came out. And why does nobody say anything about him? The infamous Rob Willis. I don't know if Rob Willis is Comicsgate or not at all, but at one point I think he may have been. And where's what's this called? Shinobi Sasquatch. Mm-hmm. Where is Sovereign from Andrew Huerta? Where are all these books at? Where are all these creators at? Even Eric July, he had a $100,000 campaign for an animation studio. He hasn't put out a single fucking clip. Where's the Isom toy at? So I mean, there's things out there that people just want to point it at CG, but it's not a CG problem. It happens to anyone and everyone. And
it happens in the mainstream too. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but it happens in the mainstream. I'm loving Planet Death, but I don't know how many more times issue 3 is going to get pushed back. And Rome Eternal, fantastic book, but I think it started maybe a year and a half ago, and they just released 2 books, and they're pushing back the third one. So, and it's not even just comic books. If you look at crowdfunding, I back a lot of board games and stuff too. Oh my God, board games are infinitely worse than comic books. I don't think I've ever gotten a board game on time ever, and that's just kind of how it is. So it's just an easy thing to complain about from these people. And I've been very vocal, like late books suck, but they're not even close to the worst thing about backing a crowdfund for sure.
Yeah, that's one of the downsides with crowdfunding. It's in the name, like your people are putting in their money and they throw their money at this project, knowing that it may not fulfill, it may not happen, you may not get your book, but it's a risk, no. And so people learn to like, no, okay, I'm gonna back this guy. This guy seems reliable. This guy seems to always put stuff out, no. So they check all that stuff out. But yeah, they always want to associate CG to the negative, and they don't want to like take a look at some of the negative shit out there that's on the other side also. No? So that's really people always do that, and let me see if I can find that other comment that I posted. There was something else also.
While you're doing that, I'll say too, one of these things like that these type of people say is, oh, you're leaders, they're leading you down the wrong path, and it's why they just lump, like, we'll just use Ethan for example. It's why they lump his audience into one, thinking that they're all just following him, because that's what they do. Like, Paul came to CG to find someone to lead him because he couldn't do it on his own. That's why PTP came to CG, to follow. These people didn't show up to lead or to help. They just came up to get fed and then follow the person who's feeding them. And that's it. So in their minds, why would anyone else be here for anything different? So that's why they have that. And it's really pathetic. It's a really pathetic way for a grown man to operate. Like,
yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, and yeah, it's hypocritical. No? And Art of Roy says, Paul Cockroach tried to tell me how to speak to him in the next post. Shut him down harshly. I even carried over to Kings where I post shut the fuck up when he kept yapping over someone's art auction. Yeah, that's true. No, to be fair, Elliot, not many in CG can produce the art Roach does. Give the devil his due. Yeah, but I mean, nobody's talking about the quality of art, no, because that's the quality of art is not. No, I'm not talking about him as a bad artist. He's an excellent artist, no, and no one's putting that into question though. Here, my whole thing with Paul is that I feel that he was ungrateful, and I feel that he's a coward. So those two things, because I was on the stream with the guy, so it's not like, oh, Elliot's being given talking points by Ethan. No, I can show you my DMs to Ethan. Ethan ignores me all the time, and it's okay. I take no offense to that. No, but there's no talking points. Like I was on the auction, I was on the stream, and I saw him gleefully taking money from all of his artwork. Hey, and then later we saw, no, thank you, Ethan, for having me on your show. You're a life changer. All this stuff, and then to all of a sudden say the opposite and not be thankful. That's being ungrateful. No, so and that's my situation with Paul. Like I saw him. Nobody can tell me I saw you take that money. And so
well, he went on other streams too, right? Like, he wasn't just on Ethan's. Yeah. Didn't he go on like Katie did stream?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, he was on Katie's also. Katie's,
and that's like I don't want to say that's like deep CG or anything, but like that's not surface level stuff. Like, he obviously looked at Comicsgate, paid attention. Same thing I did. Yeah, I think for different reasons, but he knew enough about Comicsgate to want to do more streams and try to work with it. So it's a weird stance for him to take all of a sudden, because it's like, dude, you didn't just show up on the surface level. Like, you kind of jumped all in thinking that you'd make all this money.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to Katie did, by the way. I hope it doesn't come across disrespectful. I just meant like you said, on the surface level, you see the Kings and stuff, but then there's all these other elements to CG that has nothing to do with the Kings. So
exactly.
I don't know. Paul sucks.
Katie did. Yeah. And Subjugate says they view CG as a cult because they themselves have a cultist mindset. That's true. Yeah. It is really weird. Yeah. It says background art chores is like toilet duty and animation. Everyone that wants to do. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. He says,
I think background art's really important. Just personally, I don't want to call it toilet duty. That's I don't want to go against Roy either, but I wouldn't call it that. It is important work.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's referring to the fact that from an artist perspective, background is like the last thing you want to draw. No, but it is super important. No, the locations in your comic, they can be characters in and of themselves. No? So developing that, fleshing that out is super important also.
But I guess toilet duty is important too. Like, no one's going to go eat at a restaurant that has gross toilets. So maybe that is a good comparison.
Yeah, respect the toilet, Roy. Oh man. And Ben says, "True, Dennis Paul is very talented. I even like his conspiracy theories and black pill rants. I just wish he was self-aware enough to take how he was perceived with a sense of humor." Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, art in times of Ryan. Yeah, damn. Are you talking about Shelby? I love Shelby. He's an amazing artist. But I mean, where's my book at? No, and I remember back in 2022, we were in the full pandemic thing, and there was an issue that I remember him. That's the last thing that I remember hearing about the book was there was an issue on the paper that he couldn't get paper because paper supplies were not paper was not being supplied back then, something like that. And I was like, okay, I'll wait. No, and I've never said anything openly about Shelby because I love Shelby. Shelby's a great artist, amazing colorist, and but where's I mean that's an example of someone that hasn't fulfilled that particular book, and people don't say anything about it. No, so and so yeah, it's also Shinobi Sasquatch. Yeah, man, that's a whole thing in itself. Also, I love Rob Willis also.
Which just to add to that, like CG, I don't want to say CG doesn't care. Like as long as you're not ghosting your audience, people are really understanding about late books around here. To sound like an old man around here, but too, like even if you ghost your audience, like I'll just use Kelsey as an example. If Kelsey came back and was like, "Hey, sorry about that," and then he just got back to work, like I think everyone would instantly welcome Kelsey back with open arms. I like Kelsey. A fellow, big bearded guy. I always appreciate that. But like, all you got to do is like swallow your pride in those situations and be like, "Hey, sorry, I made a mistake," and then you just get back to work. And because the work is what's most important. So it sucks. And now, just in my opinion, Paul, I think he crossed a line. I don't think there is going back for him. Particularly with some of the stuff he was posting, I think that's over the line. But he didn't have a book or anything like that. But any of those people you mentioned, if they just showed back up and they're like, "Hey, sorry, I'm working on it again." Yeah. So let's move forward.
Heck yeah, definitely. And I think Kelsey is doing that. I think he's on Graybeards now. I think he was on there last week, and I can't hate that guy. I mean, I can't. I can't. That guy. I saw some of his artwork. Like, man, this guy's got talent out.
Yeah, he's so good, and really I don't hate him, but like, man, him just showing up to like stir drama instead of showing up to let his backers know what's going on.
Yeah, that's
that's disrespectful to his backers. That's what I have an issue with. I know.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody uses that as some gotcha for me, but really, like, I don't care as much about late books. But just let your backers know what's going on. Just talk to them.
Yeah,
you don't even have to update just hop on a live stream. Like Kelsey could hop on a live stream, and there'd be hundreds of people watching within minutes.
Heck yeah. No, that's the thing that Ethan has to his advantage is that he never ghosts anyone. Like he's there all the time. Every day, he streams every day. He's he got Kings every week. He's not going anywhere. No? And so we see him. No, people see him, and I think to your point, that's 100% true. Ben says Rob Willis was a disappointment. Shinobi Sasquatch had great. Yeah, man, that book looked great. And yeah, man, I wish he would get on that, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. But yeah, Benjamin, that's right. He always struck me as a bit of a conspirator, but great artist. The proof of CG is not what anyone thinks it is. The proof CG is not what anyone thinks it is that they joined thinking CG was like them, but found out not so. Yeah. Paul Cockroach thought CG was a bunch of wackos like we are wackos, but not like him. No, we got a different type of crazy.
Well, it's like wackos, but with a sense of humor about yourself. Like I think you could call me black-pilled. I think that would be a fair statement, but I also don't take myself seriously at all either. And I don't care that much. Yeah. Like if it's not my family, I really don't care that much about stuff. So I can joke about it. So that was Paul's biggest mistake coming in, is taking himself way too seriously, because dude, there's nothing more brutal than the chat. I was talking to my wife about starting streaming and stuff and like going on streams. I'm so nervous because like the chat is ruthless, like absolutely ruthless.
Heck yeah, man. No, yeah. I mean, I think you should do it. No, I think you should come on and do your show, and the chat they'll whip you into shape. And then I love the chat. I love everybody in the chat. Yeah, Katie's in the chat. What's going on, Katie? And
Hi, Katie.
She says, "Yeah, I took no offense.
Oh,
You're good.
Good."
And Yeah, he was on the Commandos also. Yeah, I would think so also. No, I wouldn't be surprised if he. Yeah, I think he was trying to connect or find his place because he was butting heads with Kings. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and any tips. Thank you very much, Katie.
I see
It says I
based.
do. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, but sorry I keep cutting you off, brother. I'm not.
No
It's only
worries.
my second stream,
No
but
worries.
I see Based Art mentioned he's still waiting on Dragon Rage by Jimmy Reyes. I think I might be one of the few people who got that book.
Did you get the colored version or the black and white?
No, I got the black and white version. When he first said,
Yeah.
because I thought it was black and white. I didn't read the page enough to know that it was colored anyways, so I was fine getting the black and white. And I got it. Just maybe a couple weeks after he had said he would send it out. I thought about, like, I don't know, mailing it to people who didn't get it so they could read it, or like posting it online so people could read it. But I don't know if that's a moral thing to do or not.
Yeah.
I would say the art in it's fantastic. Some of the best art in a crowdfunded book I've ever got.
Nice. Yeah, awesome stuff, man. Yeah, that whole situation also was unfortunate. But yeah.
I wonder, maybe I'll
Good
send it
stuff,
to Ethan or John and they can do a marker review of it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'd be down for that. Artivoice says, I do. It's a shitty job, takes a dedicated person to do, but let's get real, millions of Mexicans available for the job. You want me to do it, man? I'm not Mexican. But wait, I don't know if he's talking about me. He's not talking about me. I was told I'm super jealous of you, Katie. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. What? Yeah. Hey, Jeremy Bird. Not everybody. Not everything is. Oh yeah, I think that. Yeah, let's not. Are you guys bickering in the chat? Are you going to start hour-long music streams? Oh, come on. Let's not get into that here. Kelsey Dominguez is going to. Yeah.
You have to translate that one for me. I don't know that one.
Yeah, he says Kelsey. He says Kelsey también es recontra conchudo, and that means that he's also. How would you say conchudo is? How would you translate that? Like like the audacity, like he's like he had Kelsey has the audacity to try to point something out when he's making that same fault or doing it even worse.
Okay,
that type of thing, that type of idea. And then Art of Roy says, nope, Kelsey is dead to me, will not bag anyone's book he works on. Oh man. Yeah, Roy's like that, man. Roy, I hope I never upset you, Roy. And if I did, man, please forgive me, Roy.
If I ever get like a DM from him, I'm not even opening it. I know he's coming for me.
And Tex says they can't swallow their pride. Ego is all they really have. Yeah, didn't bite Mike. No, oh man, that cover with Kelsey on it was great, man. And I heard this stuff about you too.
The cover that went into shops that Tartan Ninja colored, man, that's one of my favorite comic covers.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, that's a great piece.
So good. I think Kanan White did the art for it, but those colors.
Oh, with Tartan's colors, yeah. Heck yeah, man. Ben says I'm still waiting on Dragon Rage by Jimmy Reyes. Kelsey's Scribbles also. Yeah, Scribbles is another book, and Rob Hunter's Death Raider. Death Raider.
Ain't nobody.
I might get Scribbles someday. Yeah, I don't think we're getting Death Raider. It says I'm playing. Yeah, you guys simmer down, guys. He says, I honestly can't imagine buying or not buying something solely if someone is popular in CG. I've never even heard Kelsey accused of anything. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, not like for me, I don't care if somebody's popular or not, but it's hard to like if he came out with another book, there's no way I'd back it because of what he did with Scribbles. He just like ran away, you know. And I don't think he ran away. Like I don't think his intention was to steal money or anything, but he's a hermit. Everyone knows that. He disappears for months and months at a time. You know, the Scribbles book was a chance for him to sort of get out there on his own instead of doing work for other people. And he just couldn't break that kind of hermit mentality. So normally it's not a problem, but when you take, 20 plus grand to do something and then you don't do it, that's an issue. And it's not even that it's late. It's that I don't know how long it's been, at least a year maybe, and he hasn't said anything about it. So
yeah, it just comes out to supposedly disprove Shane's stuff. No, so yeah, I mean, Focus on your backers, man. Yeah, Kelsey ran off of backer money for his book Scribbles. Tank says, if my chat wasn't ruthless, I'd be concerned. Yeah, that's also true. The signs of a healthy chat is if they bash you. So yes, just don't be gay and you'll be fine.
Oh, that's the best advice you could give anybody. I want that on a T-shirt. Just don't be gay and you'll be fine.
Just you got to trademark that, Jay.
Yeah.
Ben says we aren't that bad. Geez, now show us your hairline. Oh man, says interesting. It's Dragon Rage. Go ahead.
So I have hair. Wait. I think he's talking to me. I have hair. It's just
exclusive. Nice.
I have lots of hair.
It's
I just
a choice.
It looked greasy, so I put a hat on. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, you put him on the spot, Ben. Jeez, man. Oh, can't do anything with Ben. And then we got Liam in the chat. He says, "Interesting.
Hey,
it's Dragon Rage is probably gone." Yeah. I don't think. Well, no. Yeah, I don't know if the color book is ever going to come out, but yeah, Kohl got his book. No, so
yeah.
Tank says I never got my copy. Yeah, never got my copy of Dragon Rage. I got a deluxe tier 2. Man, it sucks. He says I take a black and white version.
Yeah, it should be black and white. I saw like the first bit of colors he was doing, and it didn't look good. I think colors kind of ruined his art. So, that's my opinion. I think it should have been black and white the whole time.
I gotta put out a black and white also for my book. I like black and white books also. They have like a different feel to it almost.
Mm-hmm.
Ben says I was going to print a cover with blank pages and call it Dragon Rage Fulfillment. I married Elliot. What does that mean? Did I propose? I didn't propose to you, Matt. I love you too, Matt. But I didn't propose. As I can't help but love Kelsey. It's hard to hate that guy because that guy's got some great art. Man.
I don't think anyone hates him. I'm just being honest. I don't think so.
Eyes.
Except Roy. Roy probably hates him, but that's all right.
Roy burns all bridges and never looks back. Yeah. Roy is on fire. He scolded me on my graffiti post. Oh man. Oh man. Dave, what's up, Dave? Dave is in the chat. It says North Saga did fulfill, but that was maybe thanks to controversial figure Brett Weiser. Yeah. Late books is a problem all across. Yeah. It's part of crowdfunding. Kelsey's last day from 2 years ago. Reyes flat out said I wasn't coming. It wasn't coming out. There's a lot of comments. Hey guys. What's going on, chat?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to derail or anything like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just said sorry, I'm not trying to derail and stuff. I just talk a lot, so.
No worries. The derailing is encouraged because it's natural. It comes out.
What do you think? Would it be wrong if I posted Dragon Rage online? Because I thought about just scanning it, like taking it apart and scanning it and being like, hey, here's everyone who backed it here. Here it is. I don't know. It just seems like a really bad thing to do.
I don't know
if he's not going to put it out. I mean, people should see it. The art is really good. So I don't know why he wouldn't want to put it out.
Yeah.
The writing is, the art's really good. So I think people should see it.
The art is really good. Yeah. I think that sounded like a future critique of my comic. But I hope not. But whatever, like whatever people say, I appreciate. But no, yeah, I don't know because that's the if you put out like a link with Dragon Rage, I mean, I don't know. It would be like overstepping your boundaries and like fulfilling for a creator. But then at the same time, he's defaulting. At the same time, people are entitled to read the book. I don't know. I guess what I would do would probably be like I do like a Google Doc link and just announce it. And then anybody wants to see it, they can contact you and then in the DMs. And I think that might be something that you could do.
I don't know. Like I said, I thought of it as a joke, but I just, it seems immoral, even though I do think people should see it.
Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe like some kind of like behind the scenes, like, hey, you got that Dragon Rage. Yeah, let me get that Dragon. Like something like that, maybe.
Now, if I start charging people for it, that'd be horrible, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. That's a joke. Sorry.
Okay. I was gonna tell you, like, hey, we should We should do it right now. How many
No,
people?
no.
Put a 1 in the chat if you want to. If you want.
You know, I'm not an artist, but I could just join the next art auction and auction it off.
Nice. Yeah. That would go for some money. Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
James Ryan says if I don't own the IP, it's all jokes. I'm not serious about putting it out. Like I said, that would be a really rotten thing to do. I wouldn't do that to Jimmy.
But you could sell your book. I mean, there's no problem with that, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's like super rare, right?
It's your book. Yeah, it's your book, and you want to put it up for sale. It's like the only copy of Dragon Rage is out there. Yeah. I would consider that, but I don't know. Like, if you want to also hold on to that, because
well, I like it. Again, I keep it just because I think the art's good.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Art of Roy is here to keep CG in check. I block anyone that posts anyone I've blocked them for reasons. Yeah. I don't know, but hopefully I never get blocked or shunned by Art of Roy. All right. So yeah, I came back. There was one more comment that I wanted to throw at Paul, because talking about some of these points, because he says that I didn't talk about some points that people keep bringing up, and this is my last response to him. Let me read Paul's. He talks here, says, weak response again. Are you on medication? No one help me because I don't need help. I don't expect anything from anyone, but I am grateful for everyone who buys my art and appreciate it. I don't steal their money, lie, and I never deliver as does your role model, in my opinion. It's just I just remembered that he called me a bunny in one of his posts. Hold on. Is that supposed to? He called me a bunny. I could have swore he called me a bunny, but it was funny. But anyways, and so my repose to that one is no, you are not grateful, because taking money from CGers and then calling them a poison brand or group is not being grateful. It's quite the opposite. You don't steal their money, but you do spit in their face when it suits you. You bring up the same old late books argument as if that's something exclusive to CG. It's not. Dan Fraga, creator of Black Flag, took over $200,000 of backers' money and didn't deliver a damn thing. Shelby Robinson, creator of Rage Towdy, crowdfunded the book and has not delivered a damn thing. Your boy Eric took over $100,000 for an animated short clip and didn't deliver a damn thing. Why aren't you talking about them? I don't think Paul saw this, because I didn't get any responses from that. And he was already like in his tirade with everybody else. It says, I have never said anything about quality takes 5 years, so spare me that comment. Stick to what we're talking about. You say that I'm scared to confront Ethan, but that's not the case. Here's another point also that I wanted to bring up and talk on, but I'm going to read this. It says, Ethan's business, his company, doesn't concern me. I don't presume to tell him or you or anyone how to run their business because it's not my place to do so. Whatever faults they may have, they have to resolve them however they see fit. I'd have to be extremely ungrateful, like you are, to attack Ethan after receiving help from him. So the only reason I'm throwing my hat in the ring with all of this is because you're openly smearing the people that have once helped you. I was on stream with you at an art auction, so you can't tell me that I'm taking talking points from others because I saw you benefit from Ethan's audience. You had no problem with CG when you jumped on stream to take money from CG fans, but now you have a problem. Now we're a poison group. Where's your professionalism? Where's the courtesy to those fans that got art from you? And to see you go from there to now openly attacking him and Confiscate is sad, unfortunate, and very revealing. So that was the last thing that I commented to him on. Now I'm blocked. And so also we hear, people saying that nobody talks bad about Ethan. Nobody talks bad. And I was raised to be grateful. So if someone helps me out with something, thank you very much for your help. Thank you very much for supporting me in a time of need. So Ethan has helped me out, and many people in CG have helped me out. CG in general has helped me out, and so it's not my place to point out Ethan's faults, because that would, in my mind, that pictures me as an ungrateful person to say, "Hey, Ethan is this, and that, or whatever." So I'm never going to do that. You're never going to hear me speaking ill about Ethan or about John or Shane or anybody in CG, because everybody here has helped me. You know? So, and it's the same thing. For example, I got Liam in the chat. I got Katie. I got Well Read. I got Nicholas, and I got a bunch of people that right now in their situation, they're going back and forth at each other with Cynic, Frog Tony, and all this other stuff. And I don't use any of them for content. I don't talk bad about any one of them because I was on Frog Tony's show promoting my book. I was on Katie Did's promoting my book. I was on Cynic's show, not promoting my book, but I was on the show because I know, because Cynic, who was in the chat, good. He was in the channel, so I know him. He's a great person in CG. So I know these guys, but I'm never going to talk bad about any one of them because I'm not. It would be ungrateful for me to start bashing someone who has, in one point or another, offended. I'm sorry, who has one place or another helped me out. So I'm not going to do that. So, and I think that Paul should have just done that. No, he should have just left quietly, not said anything. Just been about his business. If someone says, "Hey, what about Comicsgate?" The best response to be, "Yeah, I've worked with Comicsgate. I have a great respect for Comicsgate." Unfortunately, we just couldn't continue. You could use the same old thing we see always, with music. We had creative differences, and I had to part ways. Be more diplomatic about it. But no, this guy decided to just burn all bridges, burn everything, burn the house down, and then expect me to do the same. No, I'm not going to do that. No, like when you quit a job, when you leave a job, you're not going to just say, "Well, no." You could tell everybody, "No, fuck off." No, but if you want to have that door open, there's a more diplomatic way of leaving. No, what do you think to that, Cole?
Well, I say, like, a good example, when you quit a job, you don't also not talk to any friends you made that are coworkers, right? Like when I quit a job, I don't just instantly block everyone and start trashing everyone who worked for that company, So that's a pretty good example. I don't know. I was listening to you and I kind of lost my thoughts there, but yeah, anyone who helps, you should be grateful anytime anyone helps you. And like, again, I'll say it, Ethan pulled my book up on his stream and I got a ton of new followers. I got a ton of people who are interested in it. Paul Roach has never pulled up anyone's book on a stream of his, as far as I know. These people who are like this, these like anti-CG or more anti-Ethan people, they don't help anybody. They're not out there helping. So why wouldn't I be grateful to somebody who's helping me unconditionally? Again, I said this in a post, but Ethan doesn't know anything about me. And he brought up my post or brought up my book. And I'm really grateful for that. I'm somebody who remembers things like that. But all these people coming at me, or all these anti-CG people, like I don't see Fraga hosting like weekly streams, bringing up books, bringing up campaigns. I don't see Paul doing it, So it's just weird. It's just they didn't get enough, or they didn't get enough recognition or enough help or enough money, and they're just pissy because people still like Ethan. And that's what all it kind of boils down to. Like, I don't think people really care that Ethan's books are late. People hate that his fans don't care, and that's what bothers them. It's like when if I was to quit a job and be like, "Who's coming with me?" and then nobody comes with me, no one quits also, and then I get mad at those people. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah, yes, 100. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I'm also very thankful to Ethan, because for having me, the same thing as you. Like I've been in CG for a long time, but I've never exchanged a word with Ethan up until one point where he said, "I'm going to have an art auction. If any CGers out there that wants to come on the show, come on." And I was like, "Can I come on?" Yeah, he threw me the link. I came out there. I showed off my art. People dug it. They liked it. And then thank to Ethan. And he didn't have to do that. He doesn't have to do any of that stuff, and he does it over and over and over and over again. And yeah, he's had Darren Wagner on the show. He's got a bunch of people, who's in like a new creator, a bunch of people that come on the show, and who he extends the arm to without not knowing them and that much, and they come on, and so he does that, and I don't see anyone else doing that. No, so
yeah, I've seen him promote people who hate his guts. Like, I've seen him on a stream with somebody who's saying really nasty things to him, and then he still promotes their book. So I think it's just what he does. And I appreciate it as a creator, but also as a fan and somebody who's I don't want to say been canceled. That sounds cheesy, but someone who's been through stuff like that, I really appreciate that.
Heck yeah. trying to find the post. 'Cause I'm not crazy. He did call me a bunny. He called me some bunny, some minion, some other thing. I'm not crazy. He says Elliot is God. Worst Playboy buddy ever. Oh, you guys are crazy. This is the last man poison Paul's mind. Yeah, and his and it's funny because Paul's also like fighting all of us with the help of AI because that's his source of information. And
I was reading his post trying to figure out what's going on with him, and I saw him talking to what's his name? He's a huge Rippaverse fan, Enlightened fan. And that dude's insane. And him and Paul are like talking and agreeing and stuff. And I'm like, Paul, you're like, you're just falling off the deep end, man.
Heck yeah. And this is Paul's account. I'm blocked, but I'm on here so I can show you guys that I'm not crazy. Paul, since he distanced himself from CG, he has been putting out posts, a bunch of vague posts, and it's not the first time that he did it, but that one particular time I was like, okay, hold up, dog. Hold up. Okay, you've been saying this a bunch of times. Who exactly are you talking about? So let me try to scroll back as far as I can, because his post, hold on, this original post. Let me show you guys, because I don't want this to be like, oh, this is Elliot just tying these dots together when there's no dots to be tied together. Do you tie dots together? Crazy. And yeah, so this post here, this is what he posted on April 29th. No, the thing that set everything off with Paul was on April 29th. I'm going to scroll through his feed and see what I can, because he was posting stuff, way before also. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you. Hey, yeah, Cole. Welcome to hell, Cole.
Yeah, that's all right. I feel bad because I'm actively listening and reading what you're pulling up, and if I'm not talking enough, I apologize. But then when I do talk, I cut you off, so it's like, I don't know. You're not going to invite me back.
No worries, though. No worries. Because I'm just saying this because this is the kind of thing that we have to deal with all the time, and so this is Paul is like the villain of the week.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. So I'd spent a lot of time in theater. Like I ran a theater company for a while, and this is the same stuff. Like this isn't unique to comic books or even the internet, man. This is the same type of stuff that happens in any sort of artistic anything. I always say like anywhere where people play make believe, like where they create stories and they spend time not in reality, you get these type of weirdos who don't function in reality so well. So whether it's theater or, again, I spent 30 years, in tabletop role playing games and stuff. Like this stuff's everywhere. If anything, it's more mild here. That's why I just kind of look and laugh, and it's like, oh, okay, well, he's just crazy and he's gone now, and I don't take it as personally. And when you're dealing, like I said, like theater is like the worst. That's I had to get out of it just because of how crazy it was. So it's nothing new. It's nothing unique. There's crazy people all over.
Heck yeah, man. And here I'm at the post from April 29th, and we're going to scroll back, and I'm going to show you guys other posts that he does in the same vein, like in the same kind of post where he's like vaguely attacking CG. But I ignore it. And for example, here, this is a post from April 28th, so a day before. He says, this is replying to Doug Ernst. He says, absolutely correct. Amateur mentality. Avoid valid criticism. Magic shortcuts. Promote too soon. Pro or aspiring. Toxic habits acquired in weird in-groups will have to be shed if one ever makes it in the big wide world beyond fetid internet tide pools. Makes sense to shed them early. In fact, those bad habits are probably the unacknowledged limiters of your success. Indie comics needs a finishing school or something. So much emotional behavior. That one you may not tie to CG that much, but there's other ones that yes.
Man, it's sad when people let resentment like build and eat them alive. I just, and then that's when other people can whisper in your ear and sort of, manipulate your thoughts in your brain and stuff. And it sucks to
Yeah.
see because you know you don't want people to end up like that. You don't want people to be like sad, scared, crazy old men like Paul is. You know,
Yeah, and I feel bad for him also because yeah, he in one of the posts that he put out with Ethan, he says he's like a 65-year-old man. And he's not. I think he lost his marriage or something like that. I'm not sure, but man, that sucks for him. And but yeah, and so here's another post. This one is from September 2019. He's showing off his artwork, but then here he makes this post on April 23rd, and he says, "The deeper question: if I made this in 2.5 hours and it could be a full page or spreading comic, why does it apparently take someone 5 years to illustrate a 48-page comic book?" Now, there's another one of those vague posts this guy likes throwing out there now.
dude, that's not even vague though. Like everyone knows who he's talking about. You know,
Yeah,
like
you know, but
he's just being a coward and not saying his name.
yeah,
Like he's Voldemort, man. It's ridiculous. Like grown men acting this way. It's
and let me see if I can. There's more because I saw a bunch more. Also, he's working on his book, Mr. X. Yeah, so Mr. X. And here's another one, April 27th. For anyone confused, comic book crowdfunding is doing just fine, except that is in tiny insular micro bubble tide pools of delusion and hate. Any beginner would be well advised not to tether their efforts to a nascent brand to a scheduled mini swamp when a vast ocean of potential buyers awaits. And then he's also talking about business acumen and other stuff, posting using Grok as his source of information.
he just has a really high opinion of himself, which just doesn't fit well on the internet. Period. Like he should just not be on the internet.
And there's more. I know there's more. I'm not crazy. Yeah, that in the chat.
Well, and he started saying like Evan and Frogman and stuff, and that's like, I don't know. I just feel like that's crazy people who do that. Like anytime I see somebody post that, it's part of just this insane long, just mental breakdown of a post.
Yeah, man, it's crazy stuff. Yeah, the deeper question on April 23rd, fun elements.
Yeah, and he's talking about not getting a book out. Like he doesn't. Is he working on anything right now? I'll be honest. When he started doing this, my first thought was like, "Oh no, I hope he's not doing Patrick's next book," because I know Patrick did a cover for him, and I know him and Patrick are buds, and I'm like, "Oh God!" Like that was my first thought about, and I was like, "Oh, that would suck."
All right, here's another one. Let's take a look at this picture.
Nice.
And then the fish stinks from the head down. I agree with the coded post below. I'm not reading all that crap. And
that was Nick's about how people who like do a bad job with crowdfunding, how it hurts other crowdfunds. Which he's right. That's true.
Yeah, here. And he says it profoundly destroys goodwill, and that's the last thing you want your customers to experience. The negative vibe trickles down and damages the whole community. When buyers flee, it's bad for the whole scene, kills the brand. Reputations and honoring promises matter, especially when it comes to asking people to risk their money again. And you know what else? If the big fish coasting on prior reputation has vacuumed up a giant pile of all that money and is sitting on it, that's money that could have gone elsewhere. Big fish doesn't care, though, since it's already a millionaire fish. If fish truly cared about smaller creator fish and helping the community, he wouldn't behave like this. He's certainly make the fishbowl right and fix it so everyone would benefit. And the next insanely baffling thing is, a lot of fish talk.
Maybe he's hungry.
Paul's up to some fishy business, honestly. And it says the smaller fish still inexplicably support the big fish, and that has hugely shat on them. They beg to appear on the fish channel. They adopt the fish brand. Yeah, so obviously he's talking about Ethan here.
I saw Paul begging to be on his channel. I don't think I've seen too many people doing that.
Yeah. And and then he's quoting Hojo, and he says Hojo is right. Abandon stupid hate street marketing as a business model. Don't mindlessly copy failures and deceivers. Be great first and honestly sell with positivity. It will grow. Yeah. Otherwise, ignore and shun idiocy and those who demand mob loyalty. If the leaders insist on strict obedience to bizarre group narratives and degenerate behaviors, you should know you're in a cult. It's the exact same word phrasing that he's used before in referring to in reference to CG. So,
and
that
has to be coming from like a back room too. Like the CG's a cult, and stinks from the head down. Like that just screams like backroom stuff to me.
Yeah. Heck yeah. And that was from April 22nd. So this is like way before he was he came out with that recent post. So I saw these posts and I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, bro. He's probably just mouthing off some stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But then I saw that last one with the last man. I was like, come on. Okay, come on. What the heck are you talking about, man?
See, I don't even know who.
And I just wanted him to be upfront about it.
Like I saw him quote him, but I don't know who that is. I know that Dungeoneer document. I mean, I didn't watch it. I just saw it on Twitter and stuff. But I don't know much about that.
Should I show him a Lasmat chat? Let me know. Should I show him who a Lasmat is?
Like I said, I've heard him like mentioned and stuff like that, but I don't understand. I don't know what Paul was even like. Like you mentioned that he's using a Lasmat. I just don't know what he was referencing.
Yeah, and then Elliot's been reading too many Ripple posts. He's tired dots and connecting streams. Oh man, we got your boy Zach. What's up, man? You want to come in the you want to come on the panel? Says saying true things is an attack against CG. What? Oh man, he's also turning heel. Shit. No, I mean, but there's ways to say it. I mean, and also like I don't know. I don't know what the true things is that you're talking about because, like I mentioned earlier, some true things are not exclusive to the CG. Like if you're talking about late books, that's not a CG problem. That's like just an indie crowdfunding problem. So, yeah, it says, how does the last Matt convince me you can call anything a documentary? Yeah, man, I burned him really nice with I said the last Matt does his documentaries the way he does his art. I thought that was pretty funny. Oh man. So let's take a look at a last mat. Let's show a last mat. Last mat is a former CGer who also he did a Paul Revauche before Paul Revauche. But he's like one of the many anti-CGers. And now he does documentaries talking crap about CG.
Okay, I recognize Road Warrior Drake. I do recognize that.
Yeah, he's the creator.
See,
of
I know.
that book.
I know the books, not the people.
Yeah. And yeah, it was the only time I ever bashed to someone's art. I'm sorry, I feel bad about that. But yeah, Last Man is an artist. Not my favorite artist. I don't want to say anything too negative, but yeah, he does art. He does the book Road Warrior Drake, and that's some of his art right there. So,
I'm trying to think of where I first saw that. I don't know. Did he have a card in the Iron Age icons?
I think he did. I think he might have. Did you get that book? Yeah, you got that book, I think, right? Yeah.
What's that? The cards, the Iron Age icons?
No, the Iron Age icons.
Yeah, that was great. That was such a cool project. I think it was awesome. I feel bad. I think the timing wasn't great, but I think it's awesome. I was hoping he'd keep doing card sets, but I know, he's probably not making enough to do it, which I don't blame him.
Yeah, no, it was a great idea when he thought of it, but then by the time it went to fulfillment, like it was just sour all the way around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice. And
I think that was pretty. That was a great project. I wish I'd see more stuff like that, like comics adjacent stuff.
Yeah. Scrap says, "Why do you care, Paul?" Is Paul in the chat? I don't know. And yeah, they're bickering back and forth in the chat. Blah blah blah. What's up? What's up, Chris? Wait, don't tell Liam to shut up. All of this is true, though. What is true? Speak, my friend.
Is that
Or
just
my
more
not so
vague
friend.
stuff? I don't know what he's. I mean,
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know what he's referring to. All of this is true.
Yeah. Heck yeah. He said Ethan should never have shown Paul Cockroach's backer money number bank account that had that greedy old fart drooling. Yeah. That's true. Wait, no receipts? Like, what is an example of CG and out of him? I don't know. Mob loyalty, not being an ungrateful douche. I guess. No, if you want to put it like that. Yeah, but we're having a conversation. That's my point. If Elliot brings me on, I'm going to play you all some audio. Let's see if that's enough to wake people the fuck up. I don't know, Liam. Like I don't know if we're gonna come on here to respond to Well Read and Katie and other things. Like, no, they're not. No.
And I'm having a really good time. I don't know if I want to partake in something like that.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna try to catch up with the chat. Go be great. Ethan should have never. Who smells like fish? And what's that phrase from? He went to. He sleeps with the fishes. Paul is working on his own career. Yeah, he's working on a comic called Mr. X, and I think it's a comic that he's had out before, and he's trying to bring it back. So obviously that's the game plan. No, attack CG and hey guys, don't forget my book's coming out. Make sure to back it. Last Man is one of the best artists. I agree. That's not the read Zach. That's not the real Zach. Joe Kohl. Yeah, fuck this shit. You're right. Over here showing Road Warrior Drake. What the fuck is that shit? Get the fuck out of here. What's it called? Empty Stars, right? We need some sign-ups, people. Let's sign up for Empty Stars. Let's help this guy out. I'll throw the link in the chat. Mods, link in the chat. Let's take a look at Empty Stars.
Looking through this. Drake's not in here. I was thinking of Chrome. That's where I first saw Chrome Dog, not Road Warrior Drake. Sorry. But just looking through this.
Chrome Dog. Yeah, that's something different.
I think he's working on a book right now. I'm really excited for it. So
that's not the real Zach.
Here, that's right. This was
yeah, I got the book. I got that book.
I feel bad for you, man. There's all of these are great, but I'll just shout out 6 a.m. Comics.
Heck yeah.
So he has his first book's out on Amazon right now. You can buy it and it'll print it and send it right to you.
Heck yeah. I'm in that book also. Hey.
You are, yeah, absolutely. Man, the King Cryptid piece he did in there too is fantastic. I'm a huge King Cryptid fan. That's actually how I found you. You did some King Cryptid art, and I was like, this guy's art's awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Cole. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I did nice King Cryptid. I'm gonna do some more actually because I got one more sketch cover of King Cryptid and I'm gonna like feature him heavily on that one.
Nice.
Whenever I get to it. So good stuff. This is very good art for a small child. Gratitude goes along. Yeah, I'm grateful to Liam also. Like I have all these nice bells and whistles on the channel thanks to Liam, and I'm always gonna be grateful for him for that. And yeah, Liam. It's a few minutes of audio I like people to hear. Oh, come on, Liam. All right. But if you don't want to play, it's not a problem. I'll play them after you end. Let me see, Detective Elliot. Oh, I can't say no to Liam. Hold on, give me a second, Liam.
Hey, thank you, David. Says he has Empty Stars saved. I appreciate that.
Yeah, please throw out what's his name? Sign up for Empty Stars. It's not live yet. It will come out. It will be live. I'm sorry. When did you say it would be live? It will be live.
And I don't have a hard date right now. I want everything to be finished. So I just got the last 5 pages totally colored from Christian, and I'm going to send those to Pete later today. So the
Nice.
entire actual book will be finished, and then I have the supplement book I'm working on. That should be pretty quick. And then I got to do the logo and trade stuff on the covers. So once everything's done, I'm going to launch the campaign. So hopefully in a month or so.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Awesome stuff. No, so and we got King Liam. What's up, Liam?
Hello, hello. Hey.
Hi, Liam. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's good to finally meet you, man. It's good to finally meet you. Don't worry. I know that you're like, oh, I'm having a good time. I'm not here to like piss on anyone's day, okay?
No, you're never pissing my day, man. It's all good.
Yeah, I just want to sort of show some guys some stuff, okay? Now, because of the nature of this, there's a little bit of a gay op. I got to pause this.
Oh, come on.
There's a little bit of a gay op where no. Get that off the screen. Get that off the screen. Cover that up with something. Cover it up, like make us 3 big faces or something, because they put pornography on the stream and it will get you struck. No. Okay, it's so that this wouldn't get replayed. But this is the audio now. What I wanted to show you guys so that you had context.
Wait, are we going to hear that?
You're going to hear it. I'm about to play it.
Is this about Paul too? Like,
wait,
I'm lost.
Wait, we're going to hear porno?
No. It's they put visual pornograph on the screen while speaking. Okay. So I said, basically, Dark Gift accuses me. I go like, hey, I'm stalking, harassing my children, blah, blah, blah. And Dark Gift says, takes a clip of that. Someone somehow sent that to him, showing that, I was being stalked. And I go, this is from a couple of days ago. They post me in sexual situations with Frog Tony daily on their streams, post photos of me dressed as a slutty maid, endlessly talk about my children and incite abuse and harassment, then pretend none of this is happening. Now, this isn't a joke. This isn't like me crying for attention. I need you to listen to this audio and understand that this is the kind of shit I'm dealing with on a near daily basis, okay?
This is a Rickroll. I'm leaving, Elliot.
It's not a Rickroll. It's 28 seconds. Here we go.
I don't hear anything.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You've got to bring the screen up. You got to add it to your screen, right? So add the audio, add it to your screen. And now down the bottom, there'll be 3 little panels. There'll be some panels, like different layouts. There we go. There we go. You can set it up however you want. But that'll just mean that the audio will play and none of the video will show.
I'm texting my wife, telling her to make sure my kids aren't watching.
Here we go.
Yeah, man.
And so whatever you're planning on doing, Liam, do it. Because the fact is that I want you to kiss Elle and say that you love her. Because the fact is you might never see her again in 3 weeks' time.
Oh.
So these are the kind of threats and shit I'm dealing with constantly. This 3-week time slot that he's given me lines up with the bullshit that Clipper's pulling off too on Twitter. So clearly something's planning to happen. I don't know, like abduct my children or whatever. I've showed previously.
Wait, 1 second. 1 second, Liam. Hold on. Did you guys not hear that? There was no sound. Hold on. Let me bring it back up again.
It was. I heard it was really quiet.
I heard it also, but I don't know if people in the chat heard it. Can you play it again?
Yeah, 1 minute. I'll make sure the volume's cranked all the way to max as best I can. Here we go.
And so whatever you're planning on doing, Liam, do it. Because the fact is that I want you to kiss Elle and say that you love her. Because the fact is you might never see her again in 3 weeks' time.
How am I supposed to respond to that in any way? Am I not meant to take these kind of threats seriously when I've got like home invaders and people driving past my house and filming my house, posting photos that they've taken from outside my house and stuff on Twitter, posting my dress, all of this stuff? Is this meant to just be all jokes? Is it all just fun and, all just fun and games at my expense, right?
I mean, I don't know. I can't. I don't know what to say to that, because then, I mean, like, you guys, this whole situation is in the place now where it's like anything you say goes, and then once you cross that line, it's like, okay, I said it, but hey, I was just joking, because you're just joking too, right? And so, like, I mean, I have no idea how to take that. Like, I mean, it sounds fucked up. It sounds fucked up.
I'm not just joking. Like, I'm not just joking. When I've been telling people there are mentally ill nut jobs that have been fucking with me, when I've got video of police telling you it's real, they have mentally ill nut jobs fucking with them, it's still not enough for any of these people. They still say, oh, it's all jokes. And they run protection for these people, and they get sicker and sicker and sicker until this isn't even the first time my child's been threatened. You understand? Like, the first time it happened, they were planning to snatch my girl off the bus on the way to the bus from her private school, right? So, like, I try to show people that, and then, like, people go, oh, yeah, Liam never shows evidence. Nothing ever happens. He's making it up. It's all in his mind. Why would Liam be wound tight about it? And it's like, the simple fact of the matter is, like, this shit doesn't happen in a vacuum, Like, I'm required by law to document all of this shit, and it's fucking mind-killing. I can't just ignore it. And people, like, running these elaborate gay ops to basically fuck with my life. Because I make comic books and don't do what other people tell me to do. So... Therefore, I should live in fear. My wife should live in fear. I should have death threats or abduction threats on my daughter. And if I respond at all, it's my fault. It's Liam. We never would have done it if you didn't respond, Liam. Right?
Yeah, no, yeah. And then you have this quote here from this chat in the chat. Nicholas says, Liam, you've also been poking at Risey by talking about his dead friend Felix Haas.
Felix Haas was my friend. Felix Haas, out of pity, did video game streams and hung out a little bit with Risey. But I knew Felix years before Risey. Felix is was my lead moderator. He was one of my dearest friends online.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I'm talking shit because I said, hey, I think I might dedicate Xenotype going forward to the memory of Felix Haas, and I've been sad that he passed. So what's this? How's Risey involved in any way in that?
No, like what I'm trying to say by pointing that up is that you'll say one thing, but then they'll come back and say something like that, and then say, well, and then it's a non-stop back and forth type of thing that you guys are unfortunately.
Show me, because they're mentally fucking ill, Elliot, dude. Show me anywhere. Bring out the video clip of me talking poorly about Felix Haas anywhere. I challenge my haters, these obsessive fucktards that have been following my every fucking breath. Show me any single stream, any moment in history where I ever spoke poorly of Felix.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And this is just him inserting himself into stuff, right? And making problems for me. And it incites this fucking cesspool of madness, right? Now, I don't want to derail this whole thing. I'll go and let you get back to it, but
do you have any comments on Paul?
On Paul, yeah, I talked a little bit about Paul the other day. I was sad about the Paul situation because I liked him. I was in a room with him. I don't know if you were in it, but it was like me, Vasilis. I think me, Q, actually was in the room. It was just a conspiracy sort of room where just talking about stuff that was going on, like just conspiracy topics. I like that kind of stuff, And I was very disappointed when he sort of left and shut the room down and just sort of went off, because I thought I thought that he brought something a bit different, and I like Coast to Coast, But we always seem to run into this same problem of ingratitude, and the thing that I've said on my own stream about Paul was like, I would have hired Paul, but his rates were too high for me to make it to be lucrative in the crowdfunding space. And I think that everyone else sort of encountered the same thing. It's not that he's not valued. It's simply like he priced himself out, and he didn't have a book. And, he had great artwork, and he was easy to talk to in the right circumstances, but he didn't have the sort of Stan Lee sizzle and flair that you need to sort of be a lead promoter. And was not in a project that was, really all that successful, which is a shame because he was talented, and it's a shame that he's leaving, and it's a shame that he's ungrateful for the time that he was given. And it's a shame that he's got this mindset where, again, but you got to remember he's an older guy. You know what I mean? So like he's thinking like, hey, I should be getting paid for live streams and shit. This is like when Miller was like, oh, we should be splitting the super chats. It's like, no. You know what I mean? Like, go do your own channel, But I suppose that's sort of my stance with Paul. Like, it's the same way it was sad when Jimmy left, right? It's kind of you were there, Elliot, when we had like this period of like this small window of grace where everything was good, everyone was sort of getting along. You know what I mean? It was like very small, and fucking everything just imploded again. And I'm just so sick of it, man. It's just fucking so gay. It's like people are allergic to making money. You know what I mean? I'm so over it. That's where I stand on the situation.
Awesome, Leon. Thank you very much for stopping by and for sharing your thoughts with us. I really appreciate it. You're always welcome here, Liam.
Thanks. So what's crazy? What's empty? Crazy stars. What's Empty Stars about?
Yeah, tell us, Cole.
Well, if you scroll down, I got a synopsis-ish thing down there. So first, that's the cover by Keir Covington right there, and Tartan Ninja. That's the cover B. Fantastic cover. Nice. And then
that's colored by Carl Ritter by the looks of it.
No, Tartan Ninja. That's funny you say that because I
his signature looks like Critter. Down there, the signature there.
Oh, that's Keir. That's Keir's signature.
Yeah, that's very similar to Kyle's. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. So it's a 46-page one shot, and it's kind of the classic story of 4 heroes chosen to go rescue the queen from the evil wizard, right? But it's take place in space, so it's sort of grimdark fantasy meets 80s pulpy sci-fi action. As I mentioned earlier, you get sort of everything going on in the first 4 pages, and then we're just right off to it. It's full action, great story, great monsters. So it's essentially the last few days, or the last day or the last few hours of this big intergalactic war. The evil warlord, his name's Kohl. He's surrounded Ozma, which is the last planet that he hasn't destroyed, and they are putting up a good defense, but they need to go rescue their queen so that she can sort of lead them to victory. So they send this small little ship to invade his stronghold, which is this floating kind of castle spaceship thing. And they just go in and rescue their queen. It's very much reminiscent of 80s video games like Final Fantasy, 80s movies. I'm a big Conan the Barbarian fan, but all those 80s pulp kind of silly movies. It's sort of in vein of that.
I like the cartooning on the girl's face in tier 2, panel 2.
Very expressive.
Yeah, very sort of tank girlish in a little bit of a way.
Yeah, honestly, Christian, I couldn't have asked for a better artist to work with. My first time. Christian he's an absolute professional, man, but he's, he read the script and really liked it. It was kind of funny how I ended up working with him because, I was working on another book and I just really wanted to transition and do this book first. And I just couldn't think of a good artist for it. And my wife asked me if I could pick anybody, who would it be? And I said, well, I think Christian Rossi's art style would be perfect for this kind of story. And she's like, well, ask him. And I said, there's absolutely no way I'm going to even bother asking him. He's like, I'm down here. He's way up there. There's no way. And then the very next day, I see that he posts on Twitter like, hey, I have an opening. I can, if anyone's looking for an artist. So I messaged him and he read the script and it just kind of worked out perfectly. It's pretty wild.
Nice.
Sorry, nobody asked. I just decided to say that.
No, that's good. You're doing good. I wasn't interrupting.
No, that's okay. But he's been great. He's absolutely taken my script and just turned it into this amazing comic book. I just want to give a shout out. I'm grateful.
32 pages, 48 pages,
46.
You got Peter Samedi involved. Now, last I heard Peter Samedi, he did the letters. Last I heard Peter Samedi was sort of disappearing or was having some problems. What do you know about that? Anything at all? Like, is he just?
I know. I mean, he's. I wouldn't say he's disappeared. As far as I know, he's just working really hard right now. So he's kind of stepped away from social media. I think.
But he's still making books and everything, right? Like he's still publishing, or.
As far as I know, he's still working on all that. I don't talk to him a ton about, like, when I talk to him, it's about Empty Stars. I don't really try to get into his personal stuff. Hey man, are you doing okay? Is there anything I can do? Stuff like that. But I know Pete. Pete. I don't think he's going anywhere. He hasn't like abandoned any of his projects or anything. He's just he's in a bind, and I think he's just trying to figure out the best way to move forward. Best for him and best for his fans.
Do you know what his bind is? Like, do you know what the situation is? Can we help him in any way, or like what's?
I don't think so. I think he's just. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't want to overspeak and share anything. I don't.
No dramas. I'm not trying to put you in a difficult situation. I'm just having a casual conversation. If I cross the line, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good, man.
Void King and the Hollow Queen is a great subtitle.
Oh, thank you.
Good titles anyway. So who's the Void King? Who's the Void King?
That's the crawl. So the bottom right there, or the first cover. The first cover you see up top there. That's the Void King.
Okay. And who's the Hollow Queen?
The Hollow Queen, if you scroll down a little bit, she's on the second cover, which is by Charlie Snoggins.
Oh, that's nice.
That's her right there. So
I like that. Who did that?
You find out in the first few pages of the book, which are here, they have to rescue the queen, but she's not in her body. Her consciousness is in this, it's like an octahedron, like a crystal. And that's what's on the floor there if you scroll a little bit further down. So, she kind of gets more into it in the story. I'm trying to not spoil too much, but essentially they need to rescue her consciousness so that they can upload it into a new vessel. So that's kind of how the queen works there. And then there's the start of the preview pages.
Yeah, the pages look great, man. The lettering by Pete, man, good stuff. Oh,
I know, man. I saw them. I was just floored by it. Again, I just real particular about what I wanted for this, and I actually was reading King Cryptid, and I was like, man, these letters would be amazing.
Hold on a minute. Go back up to that top left panel. Yeah. That looks an awful lot like the starship from the main villain on Macross 2. Have you seen Macross 2?
I have not.
Yeah, go check it out. He's got the exact same ship. The artist has obviously seen it. So it's the big final battle on episode 3 of the Macross 2 OVA series.
Nice.
It's great. This big giant space battle, and it's got that same ship on it.
That vibe, yeah. Nice. And you got a comment from Dave in the chat.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got a comment from Dave.
I see the red thing. Oh, sorry, Matt. I wasn't paying attention.
Well, he says, "Wow, how did you get Charlie? That cover is hot." And I would assume though that you'd be surprised, how available people are to like send them a message. No, how did you get that, Kohl?
Well, I've followed him on X for a while. I think he's followed me for a little bit too. I've just been a big fan of his art. I think Fatal was great, but I've seen some other stuff of him that's just like totally blown my mind. I always say that like the best art is the art that makes you feel stuff, and he could literally draw like two people having a cup of coffee, and it's going to make me feel things. So when I thought of wanting to do sort of a pulpy cover that was, a little bit sexy, but I didn't want to go over the top. Yeah. Like I told him, I was like, you make it as sexy as you want, just no actual nudity. But yeah,
it's got Ghostbusters energy without being Ghostbusters. You know what I mean? I like that. I like the sort of like sexy woman in bed with sheets, and the tassels on the yellow tassels on the red cloth up at the top of the page. If you just scroll up, right there, framing where that's going to be just behind your logo. I'm assuming, and it's going to make it look really nice. It's just good composition and good design. Well done.
Yeah. And that's really all Charlie. I mean, he did a great job. Super, super great guy to work with. Hopefully I get to work with him again in the future.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the artwork. I love the pages. They look great, man. Looks great.
So there you kind of see the crystal in the middle there. And then in the bottom right, those are the queen's vessels. So when Kroll, kidnapped the queen, he stole her consciousness, but also all of her vessels that they had, ready to be uploaded, and he used them for says sick pleasures, but you can imagine kind of what an evil person would do with that.
Can we get the link to this in the chat, please, so Katie can share it out with the customers?
Yeah, we got currently also 120 followers. All right, we had 117 at the start, so we got 3 more followers. Please click on that link, sign up.
Yeah, so, thank you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna have. Yeah, no problem. We're going to have Kohl back on when the campaign is live, and we're going to help get him some backers. There's the link. Click it, and then sign up.
There is going to be some limited stuff too. So, I mean, if you're really into it and you really want to, get some cool exclusive limited stuff, definitely sign up because I think it'll go pretty quick.
No one's going to be into it enough to get extra stuff yet. What we need you to do is we need you to tell us about who's your main character. Like, what's your story? What is this? Pitch this. Like what's your like main character about? What's the struggle? What's going on here? You've got these great designs, you've got interesting stuff. Like, tell us why you're passionate about your story.
Well, I kind of walked through the story earlier. So the
I did.
The reason I'm so passionate about it is, I'm just passionate about storytelling in general, but this book is a love letter to the old stories I grew up with. Like I mentioned earlier, Final Fantasy, Conan, Dragon Quest, my experience playing like tabletop role-playing games, which this had like a supplement with
what
that.
Tabletop stuff did you take inspiration from?
My own. Like literally playing tabletop games.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like D&D, Shadowrun. Like, what did you?
Oh, mostly Dungeons and Dragons and some Traveler, and then towards the end of my tabletop gaming, it was like Karn and Knave.
Oh, I've heard Knave is good, but sorry, this is about the book. So
no, that's okay. Knave's awesome. It's just Knave's mostly like random tables, which I always make my own, so I didn't really vibe with it too much.
I love tables, guys. I love tables.
We used like Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition for the podcast I did, but I kind of got out of that when Wizards started being really crappy and trying to take stuff from creators. So never really found a solid anything else after that. I just got out of it.
Does Christian do his own lettering? Is this like the clank, the boom? Is that
he does?
Him doing it, or is that Pete?
No, Christian does those.
Nice. I dig that. Yeah, Frankie does that stuff too, man. Good stuff. That Blast also?
Yeah, I like that because I think those should go with the art and not with the lettering, if that makes sense. Like those should be embedded in the art, I think. So he did a great job with them.
Guy with the hat, what's his name? Guy with the hat and the goggles.
If you scroll up to the third page, the guy in the hat with the goggles is Kenzo, is his name.
Okay, Kenzo.
There we are.
Is he like techie, or is he like a mage, or what's going on with that? He seems to shoot lightning out of his hands there. So.
Yeah, so the characters they're definitely getting into tropes from like Final Fantasy is the best example. So like whenever I played Final Fantasy, I used a warrior, black mage, white mage, and a thief. Like that was always my go-to. So I wanted these characters to be, inspired by those class tropes. So he's, you could look at him. He's a, blue mage, black mage, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
I love silhouette. That big hat.
Yeah, solid silhouette. I like the metal clamp in his hat. I think that's cool, and that's a nice touch. And the goggles. So
I dig it. So you guys be sure to sign up for it. Sign up. Click on it.
Yeah.
Sign up. And I think that'll be all. I don't know. I think that'll be all for today. I have to wrap up because we went way over an hour.
Yeah.
Can I show one thing before we go?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
so what I was mentioning, one of the things I love about crowdfunding is that you can do stuff that you really can't do like through normal retail, like realistically. So I'm doing a collector's box tier, and I'm sure some people have already seen it, but it's going to be a handmade wooden box that has every cover in it. And I have the prototype right here. You don't mind if I show it off to you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
No, not at all. Please.
This is just the prototype. It's made out of plywood. The original or the actual one's going to be made out of solid hardwood, probably walnut. But it's like a slipcase. See if I can go back.
Oh,
it's like a slipcase that's engraved, and books go in there.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
And I have this engraving here. So I'm making these with a Glowforge laser, and they're all being made by hand. So I don't know how many there's going to be. Not a lot. So
well, how much did it cost you? How much did it cost you to sort of make it? It's just a bit of ply, right? Like,
no, I'm using solid walnut for the.
You just said walnut. I'm an idiot. Sorry, yeah, you did.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it's solid walnut, and I'm trying to do 1/4 inch, but my laser's struggling with 1/4 inch, so I might go to 1/8 inch. It just depends. That's one of the things that's holding the campaign up. I want to have that.
Cool, that's cool as shit, right? But what I got to ask is, if it's walnut, how heavy is that thing? Have you weighed it?
It's not going to be too heavy, so it'll cost me about $20 to ship it, if that's what you're worried about.
Yeah. Because if you feel that what you're going to want to do is make sure that the whole thing, if you can manage it, comes under 2 kilograms. I don't know how much that is in the US, but like about 2 kg. Once it goes above that, your shipping costs start to multiply more and more. So put the books in it and weigh it out. Otherwise, you're going to go into the next tier bracket at least. You know. Yeah.
So I'm actually really close with one of my USPS reps, and I've been working with them since day one, and they're helping me make sure I can get this thing shipped as cost effective, but as safely as possible. My biggest concern is shipping it and it's broken or something like that. So I'm working just through the channels there, and they're helping me get some better pricing and stuff. So I'll have all that figured out. I will, since the book's ready to go, shipping's going to be charged with the pledge, not after. I kind of don't like shipping being charged after. That always feels weird. So
that's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah.
Because as soon as the campaign's over, like before the campaign's closed, I'll have my proofs done. I'll have everything ready to go. So, because I'm working with the local printer too.
Yeah, just make sure you got your books noted down for your taxes and shit, because it's a chore to separate. Otherwise, it's a pain in the ass. It's a minor thing, but you can do it easily. Just make sure it's all noted down. So
yeah, I do some of the finances for like my day job and stuff. So I'm getting pretty handy with that stuff too.
Hey Cole, because I was an arsehole and came in here and stole time from you, and didn't see your opening pitch. The next time you see me screaming into the void on my YouTube channel, go, "Hey, it's me, Cole," and I'll send you the link. And you can come in and pitch your book and promote it to my audience. Okay, man?
Nice. I appreciate that. I take no offense. I roll with the punches. It takes a lot to get me upset. If I got offended, I wouldn't be friends with Elliot. So
that's right. That's the right spirit to have. It's the right spirit to have.
And then Katie offers up coming on her show also. It says, "Hit me up, Cole," so you can get on Katie's channel also, and
okay, I appreciate
that. Share it out there also.
Yeah. But I like what you're doing, man. It reminds me a little bit of like the bottom panels remind me a little bit of Hellboy and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Christian's art is really, it's eclectic. I don't know if that's a good term for it, but I think it's really unique in the sense that he draws from a lot of different inspirations, and it's perfect for this story.
That, and by the way, like fucking kudos on the wooden box, right? Like that's cool. That's neat. That's something I haven't seen before in the whole time I've seen people doing crowdfunds, and that's a neat little. It can just sit on the shelf, keep your book safe, not fall down. It's practical. It was a good thought. Good idea. Good idea.
Thank you. The plan is, I mentioned earlier, I'm doing 5 one-shots before I go on to my big ongoing series, and every one of the one-shots is going to have a collector's box like that, and I want to do a different style of wood for each one. And then here. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to make some other stuff. Give me just a second here.
And then you also got an invitation for the Commandos. Get on the Commandos also. And then while he's doing that, I'm going to bring this up because someone that gave me a tip on Ko-Fi mentioned it, and I forgot to do it, but he wanted to hear this intro one more time. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to play this intro. And let's everybody sing along and enjoy.
My name is Paul Roach, and I'm a commercial artist and comic book illustrator.
Writing and drawing, his mind is space. Acts that feel only so can escape your face. Miyazaki robbed you, but now we know. Can you do it better? Silently they show.
I miss that more than I miss Paul. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, isn't it a shame what happened though? Like in the grant, like there was this fucking tiny window where everything was awesome, and then it's the same fucking shit, dude. You've been around long enough, Elliot. Everyone just fucking slugs out, is ungrateful, just fucking turns on everyone. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's too much of that
Because
stuff.
like he's not going to do better now, right? Like Paul, what's he do now? Like, does he go back to the industry or does he just float around?
Yeah, because he shat on Ripperverse and he shat on CG too. So where's he gonna go?
I don't think anyone's gonna work with him because he released some like financial info for Ethan. I don't think anyone's gonna want to work with that dude.
What, he released financial information from Ethan Van Sciver? What the fuck?
Yeah, from one of the posts you pulled up, Elliot mentioned that, and I know Ethan mentioned it on a stream. I don't dig too much into that stuff, but when you reveal like,
should I bring that
up? Releasing DMs is one thing. I wouldn't bring it up just personally, but
no,
it is your show.
Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up, Elliot. Just send it over. If it's a tweet, just send it over to me, and I'll have a look at it off air. But that's shitty to do.
Yeah, no one's gonna want to work with you after that. You don't release people's pages, release their financial info. You don't do stuff. You don't release their address, and I think that's crummy. But anyways, what I was going to show off is I'm also working on sublimation stuff, and this isn't going to be on the campaign because I can't get it right. But this is like a tumbler.
Is that a mug like with comic panels?
Yeah. So I
took the panels from the cool.
And see this white line here? It's just
pages from
Yep. So these are pages that I haven't even showed off. Actually, there's all kinds of cool stuff.
Sweet.
How much does it cost you to make one of those?
For me to make one of these, I don't know. I haven't priced it out yet, but like I bought this mug like at a store, so it'd be even cheaper wholesale. I could probably make these for a few bucks.
Okay, so because if the opportunity is available, that what you just showed off there is something that I would pay you to make for me to sell on my campaigns because I like that. I like that, and I will give you money to make that for my next Dino King campaign.
I appreciate that. Nice. I think honestly,
if that opportunity is available.
For me to do them for somebody else, I'd probably have to charge more than if you went to like an online place.
Of course. And we don't have to do that live. But again, like you're king of merch, man. You know how I kept telling everyone you got to have merch that's like useful and interesting? This is what I'm talking about. You can use a cup. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you can see that. This is a keychain. Yeah. Nothing exciting, but I'm just trying to think of stuff I can just give away to people.
Yeah, of
Can't really see it that well. And then I have the line art on the back. So this is like a metal keychain.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. The issue is the time sync with those is insane. Like it takes a while to get those going and to get them right. And as you can see, if I screw up like I did here with that white line, I'm out the whole thing. So I think future campaigns I might do stuff like that, but this is just kind of a cool tchotchke for me to have.
No, yeah, that's cool. And Ben is awesome as well. Ben's making awesome stuff too.
Yeah, Ben in the chat, he's like, yeah, Kohl is doing some of the same stuff I'm working on.
Hey, I've seen Ben's cards, man. They're great. They look awesome.
Yeah, we need Pepsi and Coke, man. Let's get both brands out here already. Are you a Kohl guy or a Ben guy? Let's start the metal card wars.
Dude, I'm excited about what you're doing, Kohl. You've got me excited about what you're doing. Man. You've got good artwork. You got good artwork from what I've seen. You've got innovative ideas. You're approaching this like a professional. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna give you a gold star.
I appreciate that. Nice. A gold empty
star. The pimp himself.
I think. I mentioned it before, but so many people just show up to this space to take, and my mentality is the opposite. It's like, what can I give? And right now, what I have to offer is great stories. So that's what I'm going to give.
I love it. No, dude, I fucking love it. You're exactly right. Egalitarian capitalism, where it's like, hey, I want to give the customer more than what they pay for. That's the spirit. Not what can you do for me or what have you done for me lately, but like, hey, what can I make? What can I give back? That's what it's all about, man. It's all about the customer. So, but yeah, I like you thinking outside of the box. I like you doing, I love the cup, man. I love the cup. I want to make cups.
Maybe, I don't know. I might, if I have some downtime while the laser's cutting, I'll probably try to make a few more and then just offer them to who, maybe with the.
One of the things that I was planning on bringing up to Ben the next time we had to sit down and talk Do you remember the old Batman Forever engraved cups that you would get? You know, the ones that were like the faces that were like 3D and stuff that have like the heroes and stuff carved on it.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's just it was an Australian thing. I'll have to send some photos. But there are these Batman Forever, like you'd have like Robin or Batman, like you know, on like sort of like 3D raised on the transparent cup. You get them from they came with like Burger King, I think it was, or McDonald's or meals or something, right? Back in the day. And they're really cool. And I was wondering if we'd be able to make them or if the lasers can handle them or not. I wasn't sure. Don't know. Have to ask.
I would think so. I mean, as long as it's just solid and clean, like metal or whatever, the laser should be able to. A laser could handle it.
Yeah.
The one I use, it's more of a hobby laser than a professional one. It's a Glowforge, so it can handle a little bit. Like I said, it's struggling with my 1/4 inch walnut right now, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. It's rad. And it's always good to meet another gamer. I did my first named work, like as Liam Gray, because I published previously, but I did my first published work through Palladium Books. Are you familiar with Palladium?
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah. With the Eastman and Les TMNT and riffs and all of that stuff. So that's where I started to cut my teeth. I did a little bit of work for Wizards of the Coast that never got published because they wanted to go in a different direction in 2016. So it's been, I've always sort of had my finger in the tabletop stuff, a bit of White Wolf stuff, Hunter, the Vigil, I think it was I did. So
okay. No, that's really cool. That's I don't know if you heard me say, but probably sometime next year I'm going to release Empty Stars as a one-shot tabletop campaign. So,
what are you planning on doing that for? Like for a 5e adventure or?
Nope. We're actually the reason it was going to be attached to the comic, but we're going to do it separate because we're making our own system for it. It's going to be two.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's I don't know. We kind of want to do a dice chucker, but we're going to probably do it 2d6 based or d6 based.
Cool. Interesting.
We'll see. I want to do one to where if I do it again, I can just copy the mechanics and put it in a new.
Have you heard about what's going on with Wizards of the Coast right now and Hasbro, the union that they just formed, and the big, like internal
Hasbro?
massive problem? Yeah, Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast.
No, I'm fully checked out. Anything Wizards or Hasbro, I'm not really boycotting them, but I'm not partaking in anything.
So basically, like the last couple of days, Wizards of the Coast revealed that Hasbro was putting its fingers in the creative aspect of Wizards of the Coast. Like their execs were coming in and sabotaging things, firing staff that weren't meant to be fired, other things like that, causing problems for them. And so everyone in the tabletop community right now is rallying behind Wizards of the Coast as they form this union. But I'm a little bit sus about the whole thing. The whole thing smells a little bit off to me. Like, so Hasbro's being painted as the big bad supervillains. And what's he's being painted as like the down and out plucky little guys. But I'm wondering how much of this is all crap, because of a lot of it's tied to like their use of AI. You know how they said they said they weren't going to use AI. They made a public statement, and then they got caught using a ton of AI in their governance book and stuff. So it's sort of all of that come to a head, and a lot of their main creative staff have been hired off, like to Daggerheart and other communities like that. So it's interesting. They're saying that this is the biggest news in revolving Dungeons and Dragons and stuff in ages, but Wizards of the Coast, Magic the Gathering is what's keeping Hasbro basically afloat now because they're sinking shit. So it's very interesting. Shutting up. Big news.
No, that's right.
Yeah, I need to wrap the show up.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother. I won't continue then. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
We have a final comment
Elliot.
to make. What happened?
I just said thanks for having me. Sorry for.
No, man. Thank you for coming on. And someone mentioned in the chat that comic Liam is the best Liam, and I agree. When we get you on here to talk about comics and get to hear your feedback and stuff on everything comic related, it's awesome, man. So just we want to hear more of that.
That's what I want to be, man.
So thank you for coming.
That's what I want to be.
Oh yeah.
Let me be that. Let me be that. That's my request.
Be a comic pimp.
Yeah.
But thank you very much, Liam, for stopping by. I appreciate it, man.
I got to thank Katie for making my avatar too. It's a great avatar. So go on. Sorry.
And yeah, so that'll be it for today. Thank you very much for Liam for stopping by, Kohl for putting up with us for 3 hours. Man, I had no idea I was going for 3 hours.
Hey,
and thank you very much to everybody in the chat for sorry, Kohl.
No, I just wanted to say I had a really great time. I appreciate you welcoming me in. I hope you invite me back. I had a great time. And then just
the campaign goes live.
Make sure everybody's following Empty Stars. I do still have 2 more covers that I'm gonna show off before the campaign goes live. One's finished and one's being worked on now. So, and the one that's finished is the collector's edition cover, and it's fantastic. And I'm excited to show it off.
Stick around for 5 seconds after the stream ends, Cole. Just 5 seconds.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, and then I got Arthur Roy in the chat says, "Hey Elliot, send your sister to the fans fest to rep." Yeah, unlike Liam, I am not a pimp, so I can't just pimp out my sister like that.
I'll take care of it.
But no, I don't know.
I'll put her on the roster and get her out there. You know?
Yeah, I don't know if I can manage something like that. Maybe I will. I'll look into it. See if maybe I can get some books out there.
Like, is your sister hot? Is that why? Is your sister hot? Is that why Roy wants her out there?
Good people in the chat. I had my sister on for my closeout campaign and also for my launch day stream, and people enjoyed having her on and hearing us talk about stuff. And then the people just enjoyed her a lot. I keep getting comments to have her back on the show, but she's working. She's got stuff to do. No, she's not. I don't want her to jump into all this nonsense. But But yeah, I mean, yeah, if I can figure something out, I guess no. But yeah, no. So yeah. Thank you very much, guys, for coming out. Please sign up for Empty Stars. We'll be sure to have Kohl back on when the campaign goes live. And please check out Liam's stream. I think he's going to stream after this.
I'll do a quick stream after this. It won't be long. I'll just recap what we went through here, just sort of wrap it up.
Let Liam bang. No, dude. I'm gonna have to scold you now, Roy. You need to calm down with your pimp talk.
I'm a happily married man. I just facilitate the lovemaking of others, you know.
Heck yeah, man. All right, so that'll be all, guys. I'll see you guys next week. Next week I'll be back on Thursday, and that's it. You guys enjoy the weekend, and follow Empty Stars, sub to Liam. Also, if you haven't, hit the like button, sub to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next week. You guys take care. Be safe.
Bye.
And I'm going to actually going to end it with this song because I still got this song in my head.
The clock with a 20 says, "Don't understand why anti-racist SJW woke people spread false notions that society."
My name is Paul Roach, and I'm a commercial artist and comic book illustrator.
Writing and drawing, his mind in space. Acts that feel a mystery, can't escape your face.